All right, guys, let's go. Let's go. Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Everything should be good to hear. Let me check my audio. All right, bet. Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Let's go. Check 1 2. Hey, Becca, what's you doing? How you doing? Yo. Becca's here. Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Everything sounding good over there? Is it sounding good on your end? It's all good. All right, let's start with the Candace Owens one. I'm gonna play it off my PlayStation, so that later on we could just go over to either Marvel Rivals or whatever game I feel like playing. I'm waiting 10 more days till BF or Battlefield 6 comes out. It's 10 more days, guys, and then I'm locked in. Well, hopefully it pops off on Twitch and that everybody wants to watch me play or just glances at it. I have to find a good title for that. But let me go over to my channel, go on YouTube, go to my stream so I can see the chat box. Oh, don't turn it off all the way. Okay, and then go to Kick, and so I can see the Kick chat as well. Let's see here, Kick. Go to Creator Dashboard. Go to chat box. Pop that open. The stream looks like it's just on Candace Owens news and updates, which is great. I like that one. No, it says new Pokemon cards. I gotta get rid of that because we already got the new Pokemon cards. It's gonna be Marvel Rivals. Okay. Oh, not Rovals. Rivals. I don't know what a Roval is. All right, let's go. Save. And then go to Twitch. I gotta do that on Twitch as well. Twitch.tv. Go to this one right here, Creator Dashboard. Go to Stream Manager. And then instead of the Pokemon cards, do Marvel Rivals. Alright. Marvel Rivals. Not Rovals. I don't know why I keep playing Rovals. It's Rivals. Alright. And then I'll pop that out so I can edit later on. Boom. And then let's make this down. Move this over here. Where's that Kick chat? There it is. Oh, and oh, I can't move it. I got it. There we go. Sorry, I'm just getting it all on my other laptop right here so it doesn't mess up. All right, we're all set to go. We're all green. Where's Resident at? All right, let's do this. Let's get a late start. Let's start fresh though. Let's start good. Let's go to YouTube. I have my controller plugged in. It says not to do that, but I think it's fine. I saw some people on FB talking about saying how Candace in the past has changed stories when new info comes out and claims she never said stuff that she did. How she's acting like she was in the relationship with Charlie, but it's clear he had been distancing himself from her. My take, I don't know if he hung out with her anymore or not, but if she's doing it just for attention after being his friend, well, that's just cold. I think she really gives a fuck. She's the only one that's saying anything, but let's look into it. It says Pretty Little Liars. I'm sleepy, it's midnight. Yeah, sorry I started late. Usually I start an hour before, you know? It's been a lot, busy day.
Natural Diamonds, the jewelry exchange, has natural 1-carat bracelets for $199.
Do you head out
3-carat
after this?
$14.90.
It's totally fine.
I just want to say that I feel like at the beginning of this investigation, I was very clear. I said there will be no fakeness and there will be no gayness in this investigation. And apparently there were some people who did not take me seriously or literally, because there are a lot of little lies being told, right? Charlie gets assassinated and the very people who were threatening him reputationally and financially are now trying to memorialize him as having died as a friend of Israel. okay, challenge accepted.
Yeah, I
All
get
lies
ya.
will be revealed, and we're going to
I think
help
she
reveal
honestly
those
does
lies.
care, but on off chat she
Also,
does not
yesterday
really
we
invested. Then
asked
that's wrong.
for
Oh
the
yeah, for
public's
sure.
help in identifying two
I think she gives a-
individuals
I think she cares a
who
lot.
Phil Lyman's nephew described as his
her and
close
Charlie were, like,
friends,
in the trenches
who decided
before he
to
got famous, you know?
retrace the path of Charlie's killer. And what we
And
have
she's dealt
discovered
with the
is absolutely stunning. This
Israel
story
intelligence
couldn't get
giving
any
them money
crazier.
for
By the way, I did
news
speak to Phil
propaganda,
Lyman, and
so
I'll
she
tell you
kinda
what he
knows
told me
what
and
the-
what he
the
insisted
deal is with
that
them,
we
so she has,
clarify. Now, I would say that it's getting weird, but honestly, right from the jump, it's
I
been
think she always
weird.
does
so
care, but the off
welcome
oh,
back
yeah,
to
you just
Candace.
said that. Sorry, I thought it popped up again.
It took him a little over 2 weeks, but now Bibi Netanyahu, with maybe a little help from Turning Point USA, I'm thinking, is releasing the letter, the May love letter from Charlie Kirk to Israel, just out of nowhere. He was just overcome with love for Israel, and he decided to write this love letter to the prime minister about how they could fight harder, how they commit themselves further to the Israeli cause. We're going to get to that. And we're just going to slaughter that narrative that Charlie died pro-Israel. But first, I want to jump right back into what we uncovered yesterday to keep you guys focused. I presented to you guys in short that the gubernatorial candidate, Phil Lyman, was a bit, in my opinion, too involved in the investigation of who assassinated Charlie Kirk. Just he was saying and doing a little too much, and his energy was weird, and the energy of Tiffany Barker was weird. And we were clear that's potentially just because, he's a politician or an aspiring politician. Maybe he wants to assert himself as a leader in Utah. This assassination has taken place.
Fucking time.
But I also felt like
Canadian?
maybe he potentially
About
knew a bit
fucking time.
more than he was letting on. Now,
I don't know.
the Lyman family in general
time.
was everywhere.
I don't know why you sound
all
British
over
to me,
this
bro.
investigation.
Something about this dude
we
does
introduced,
seem
and
off.
I said his name
Yeah.
was Shane. I'd like to correct that record. His nephew, Shaner Broderick, who rather notoriously retraced
fucking
the
time.
footpath of the killer with his two close friends.
Yeah,
You
let
know,
our-
like here it is. The
the
Converse footprint is right here. They even created a map.
I forgot what he said.
Okay, Shaner even created a map of
The
where
little fool of a
exactly,
thing. That's what he says.
The killer
The little
walked,
fool of a
and we even
thing.
used his map.
You little
Of course,
fucking
Phil
weasel.
Lyman's
You
car
little
was
dirty
in the
rat.
driveway just 20 minutes before Phil Lyman reiterated to Fox News,
love
just
Conor
20 minutes
McGregor
before I pulled into the driveway at my
shit
aunt's
talking. It's so
house,
funny,
and
bro.
I parked my car, and then 20 minutes later, the killer was limping
You're
by.
full of a thing.
Now, I'll let you guys know that when our episode finished yesterday,
Stand your
I had
base.
a message or two from Phil Lyman, despite the fact that I had reached out to him hours before we began our show. And he was understandably upset. He, at first, was sort of focusing his energy toward Nick, the person that I told you worked on his campaign and just wanted to help out in the investigation. Now, Phil would like me to clarify that Nick never worked on his campaign. And by the way, I looked back and that was actually my mistake, not Nick's. I thought that when Nick had first introduced Lyman to me over the phone, that he said, oh, like I am, I'm working on his campaign. And
That's a
apparently
crazy emo
that
for
was not
being
accurate.
late.
So I take full credit for
The
that.
dog
That
yelling?
was completely,
Or whatever that is.
again,
Oh, it's a hippo?
something that I came up with by accident. Now, the other things that he was interested in me clarifying were also not really substantive issues. And I want to say that Nick, having not worked on his campaign, actually makes it even more odd that he would stop by his house this past Saturday. Well, regarding why, by the way, he stopped by Nick's house at all on Saturday, he said that it was because he was helping Nick out early on in the
fucking hilarious.
investigation. Yes, that is true. I told you guys that. And Nick was particularly asking
your
him
TV,
to
bro.
determine who owned a white vehicle that was parked in the neighborhood,
She's got
which
some
was nearby where the
really
shooter had
white
walked.
teeth.
Nick
Like,
lives nearby.
I need to get that
and
white teeth. I
everyone
need to get my
locally
whitening done.
had looked at this vehicle and said that it was
could
remarkably
just always
suspicious.
be like-
And Phil had come back to him and said, I can help you to just figure out more about this vehicle that was
He's
parked.
indigenous.
Nick had
Hey,
nothing but
yo,
a picture
chill.
of that.
Yo,
But
chill.
that was over 2 weeks ago. So I
I
have
am
no
indigenous.
idea why that would have anything to do with why he was stopping by Nick's place. Obviously, that car is
Brown people-
long gone.
hey,
It's been
brown
gone.
people time,
And the
all
fact
right?
that it appeared
I'm
and then
not late.
disappeared is one of the reasons why Nick
always on
wanted somebody
time.
to look into it. So I'm not entirely clear why he needed to stop at Nick's house to speak to
okay,
him.
gotcha.
And
That dude look white as fuck.
Why that would be on his list of things to do. Now, I am told,
People
according
looks
to a
white as
very
hell.
strong source, that was what Phil Lyman was doing in town on Saturday was he was meeting with Tim Ballard. That's totally random. Did not
His
expect to hear
mom's
that.
side. Oh,
Tim
bet,
Ballard,
bet,
if you are
bet.
not familiar with him, is formerly of Operation Underground Railroad, which is a charity that is dedicated to helping to stop human sex trafficking. I even remember, by the way, when we were all speaking about that plane transponder that turned off, that the individuals that owned that plane were wearing an Operation Underground Railroad t-shirt. And so I wasn't expecting that. I am going to reach out to
That's
Tim Ballard. I
weird.
know him. I've actually interviewed him, and I used to donate to that charity because I was so moved by my interview with him when I was working for Prager University. But
That
moving
was
on from that,
weird.
Phil also disputes something that was quite strange, that Shaner Broderick is his nephew. I said, okay, wait a minute. Actually, Shaner
So the people that pulled off, so the people that took off in the plane that took off their corresponder had that Underground Railroad T-shirt on. Wow, that's weird. This is getting weird. Oh, also, what I found out too is that BlackRock actually owns the house that Tyler supposedly went by, and BlackRock is owned by the Jews. So,
Broderick literally posted that on his Instagram. He
but I will say this: BlackRock owns so many houses in America, so it's not surprising that it would be a BlackRock house because, again, BlackRock has they have a shit ton of houses.
said, my uncle Phil Lyman. But Phil seems like he's trying to distance himself for some reason from Shaner. He said, actually, maybe Shaner's confused. We're just cousins. We're just cousins. Okay, well, Shaner must have been very confused because it was also posted on his LinkedIn as a connection that Phil Lyman was his uncle.
tea, bro.
It's probably part of the reason, politically speaking,
I am the
that
tea.
he was chosen for an internship with Senator Mike Lee of Utah. I feel like that was a little bit of political maneuvering. So I'm not clear why that he's suddenly saying that it's not his nephew. Anyway, it's not up to me. I'm not here to get into the middle of a family feud. But something interesting happened since our episode. Shaner completely wiped his LinkedIn page. Doesn't want us to know who he's connected to. He's also completely wiped his Facebook page entirely.
'Cause she's black?
And
The
regarding his
must-
Instagram, he's privatized it, but he privatized it and then removed all of the photos of his investigation into who Charlie Kirk's killer was. Now, that doesn't make any sense to me. I don't understand that.
No,
I
you
can't
said
make
you
sense
are
of
the
why
T. Oh.
you would just move to delete everything.
Oh,
when
I
reached
meant
out to
Candace
you,
saying that, not me.
As opposed to
I'm
speaking
not
to
the
me
T.
about where you were, why you shot this video, and maybe sending me that video
I'm
in
the
general.
horchata.
But again, that is now a dead end. Now, I asked Phil Lyman 3 times via text
You ever had horchata?
whether or not he could help
That
us,
rice-
more
that
importantly,
cinnamon rice
identify
drink?
the 2 individuals that were in the photo with his nephew or
macchiato?
cousin, if you will.
Yeah,
And he was
love it.
kind of
I like
pretending to be
macchiatos.
confused about what photo in
Oh, yeah,
particular
the guy on the
I was
right.
referring to.
The
despite
guy on the
fact that I
right
sent it
is
multiple
the
times in
guy
the
in
text
the
chain. And then finally
picture
he
below.
said that he had no idea who those 2 individuals were at all.
He said, I don't know
So that's
them
interesting. But this is
niggas. I don't know them.
allegedly your nephew, cousin. You guys are all chilling on this block around the same time. He's with these 2 individuals. You've never heard of them. You've never seen them. Nothing. Because I got to identify that guy in the blue hat. Many of you figured out, by the way,
Horchata's
and,
so
and
good.
wrote to
Oh,
the tips
it's so
box
good.
exactly what we were interested about in that person with the blue hat.
You know my
You
favorite.
noticed the same
My
thing that we
favorite
noticed.
dessert
He kind
is
of resembles,
tiramisu.
certainly more
I
so
love
than
that.
Tyler
I
Robinson
love
does,
tiramisu.
the blurred image of the individual
one
that was coming up the stairs.
cake I'll
I
eat.
couldn't look away from that. I was going through the photos and I was going, I would just like to
He looks so
quickly
like
identify
that
that
dude.
individual and check him
on
off
the
and
left.
just know where he was
Behind
because,
him.
yeah, it looks to be about the same height. It's weird.
Same length.
Oddly, this is, when I say oddly, I mean this has never happened in the history of all of our investigations. No one emailed us to say that they knew either of those 2 individuals, neither the blonde that's with Shaner or the person that is wearing the blue hat that is with Shaner. I said, that's weird. Nobody in the whole wide Candace Owens universe of investigation.
Damn,
It
her
was
teeth are
making me
white as
believe
fuck.
maybe those two individuals are like, I don't know, from overseas. Like maybe
Oh,
they're not even
shit.
American.
We got some foreigners in the.
And it turns out, yeah, we were able to identify one of those individuals in the photo, and he is Austrian. So no wonder
Austrian.
nobody recognized him. I mean, what? Austrian? What's this Austrian guy doing? How did we get here? Anyways, his name is Gurno Omer.
Gurno.
And we were able to find that his face matched with photos from a blog post that was written in German that was basically entitled Anniversary Hike, 10 Years on Foot to the Sea. The blog is about a group
Rich
of
people
30-year-olds who were
things.
recreating a hike
White
that they took
teeth
together when
whitening.
they were
Probably
20.
every month or so. That's why
Now,
I
I
didn't
don't
get
know if I'm saying
rich.
his name right, Gurno, Gurnot. I guess it is a common name in Austria. And
You won't
there
know-
are
you
a
won't-
few
I won't say I'm
photos
rich,
of
but,
him, that were available. We were able to find his face
there will
also
be
matched
things that
up
say
in
I
a
will.
YouTube video for a company called Bearing Point, where he is seen with a group of people and is introduced as one of their software development
Ooh,
teams.
software developer, huh?
A member of one of their software development teams. So let's take a listen to that clip from YouTube.
This is the Bearing Point office in Graz. This is where Bearing Point's key technology competencies are concentrated. This is one of our software development
Where is
teams.
he at? Oh, on
Some
the right.
people are
He's right
managers
there on the right.
and some are not. It doesn't matter. It's all one team.
Yep, there he is.
Very recently, he moved to Utah, according to his LinkedIn, which I hope doesn't get wiped. I'd love to get in touch with him. In May of 2024,
He's in
he
Utah,
moved
huh?
to Utah to become a
Gurnet
software engineer
Onar.
for JP Morgan and Chase. And I guess the story goes that he became best friends with Shaner Broderick. I don't know. We'll find out.
That's why you
Now,
never
what about the
become
other
friends
guy?
with anybody,
Right.
guys.
So yesterday
Get
we
you
were
in a
kind of
case.
poking fun at the narrative that Phil Lyman seemed to be trying to spin, suggesting that quote unquote gothic girls
Yo,
might
shout out
have
to the
been
gothic
suspicious,
girl.
that they
One of those
maybe
signs
could have
will
been
be the
responsible or
e-bike
aware
I'm
at
saving
least
for showing
that
up
the
at my
shooting was
door.
going to occur. That was a part of his story. He saw these
The other
gothic
one's
girls,
battery
and they
isn't
seemed
wanting to full
unfazed
charge, so I'm gonna
in all of the
just save up
chaos,
and
you
get a
know?
new one.
And
Not try
I
to
thought
get
that was
this
an
one
interesting
fixed.
way to
It will cost
describe
about the same.
someone
Yeah,
as
that makes
gothic.
sense.
Gratefully, Phil Lyman did send us footage of
Shout out
him
to the goth
after
girls.
the shots rang out. And I am saying shots plural for a reason, because we will show you that video. But first, I want to recap what specifically Phil said publicly about where he was when the shots rang out, because I vaguely remembered him painting a
Shots? I thought it
picture
was just
that
one
he was
shot.
outside. That certainly seems to be what he told
there's
both
multiple shots
Alex
now?
Jones and News Nation, that he was outside
I
when
thought
the
it was
shot
just
rang
one.
out. Let's take a listen
Pop!
to what he said on Alex
That was
Jones.
it.
Just yesterday, someone comes in and he says, we've got video. He came off the roof. He came up here to the parking lot, got in the car with an individual, and they drove away. Well, that's not the story that came. So that he escaped another route, and there are people who are coordinating this thing. I do not believe that 30-06.
He said 30-06 again, dude. That would have blown his fucking neck off. Another thing, remember when we were watching the Charlie Kirk stuff, like probably like a week or so back, but remember they were stopping that one guy from interviewing with the news? It was like some kid, some college student, and he was like doing the interview with the newscast, saying like what happened, and then all of a sudden these other guys like kind of like, and then they shoot him off. He's like, get the fuck off me, get off me. And I was like, damn, what do you have to say? I wish they could find that guy and give him his full interview, because he might have said, I heard shots, but they stopped him before I gotta rewatch that video, but
That they showed recovered in the bushes was ever on the roof. I think it was in the bushes to start with. And now I'm not saying that Tyler Robinson wasn't on the roof. I'm not saying he didn't pull a trigger. I was in very, very close proximity. So another interesting thing, like I say, I left the front of the stage. I wanted to meet some of my friends and bring them down front. So I was clear at the east end, and I heard this loud boom. I heard this loud bang. And I turned around and I'm looking like, what was that? What was that? And pretty soon some people started, running. Everyone was trying to process. And I thought, this is a gunshot, and there's going to be more of them. I thought it could turn into a mass shooting. So I go to the people closest to me, everyone's ducking down behind the concrete retaining walls, and some of them were still kind of oblivious, but there were two people that were standing there. Two girls, very goth, very black, you know. And then I just walked, and I stepped up to the side of them, and I said, did that not happen right here? Did you hear that? Was that right here? They said, yeah, it was just right over there. So they're confirming, yeah, the shooter or wherever that sound came from is right here. The thing that didn't really dawn on me is that they were not running. They were not frightened. In fact, as I stepped up, I heard one of the girls, and they were talking to each other, and they're looking at these kids, looking at the scene down below them of all these people fleeing for their lives. And she says, go F yourselves.
That's one of the most goth things to do.
And like I say, I was not processing that.
People are dying. She's like, yeah,
this is a separate conversation.
Like,
I don't know what
goth.
it is. In hindsight, as I've watched
Emo
that over
as
and over, it's
fuck.
like these people were not afraid.
Pretty hard to tell where the gunshot came from.
Okay, and on
Yep.
News Nation,
From a
I want you to
distance.
listen carefully because he at first says that he was about to walk into the building.
Goth people don't give a fuck about death, dude. They don't. They encourage it. They're like, yeah, let's go. We all gotta go sometime. I was emo kid. I was very emo thing too. I was a very emo thing too. Yeah. Death was welcomed. You know, it was poetic.
And the shot rang out, but then he says he ran out of the building after the shot rang out. So let's take a listen to that.
I walked up top. I had to go meet some people, so I said, so I was down there when we started talking. I thought I'm going to go up top and meet some of the people. So I got clear up on top, and I was just coming around the corner, walking in.
That girl thick on the right. You see her on the right behind the flowers? Yeah, that's she got some good cover too. Look at her. Oh, I'd be like that too. I'd be like behind the flowers.
To one of the buildings, and I heard a loud bang that I thought was right behind me, and I turned around, looked at the girl that was there, and she was kind of looking stunned, like, what was that? And I'm looking at her, and then see a little bit of commotion. I realized right then it's a gunshot. So I ran out. The people running into the building, I ran out to see who it was. I'm thinking this is a lot of kids out here, and then a few minutes later, then the police were running, saying, "Did anybody see? Did anybody see?" I think he was on the roof above me. I really is the only thing I could figure, because it's like he has to. It had to have been very, very close to where I'm standing, and in hindsight, I think it was probably above me on the roof.
See what scholarships you may qualify for. Visit gcu.edu/myoffer.
That's the problem with the.
At Schwab, our above and beyond service means
This is gonna be the
more
problem with
hustle,
the PlayStation.
less hassle.
Gotta take care of these.
Coming soon.
Fucking
a brand new Planet Fitness is opening
ads.
near you. Join today and save $5 a month on our most
All right,
popular.
let's keep going.
Okay, so a couple of those statements are what I would describe as little lies. Well, they're just not true. Because at 12:23, according to his metadata, because he sent it to me, Phil Lyman was inside of the building, and he must have then immediately, according to our timeline, hit record, and he didn't run. He calmly walked out of Sorensen building. I hope I'm saying that right, the Sorensen building. And he wasn't the only one that was walking calmly. And I'm not, by the way, none of these people are suspicious to me, walking calmly, because they're inside the building, not really sure what they heard, perhaps. And they're all kind of walking calmly out. And I'm going to show you that footage. And to be clear, you're going to see two girls that are simply wearing black. By no stretch of an imagination would I refer to these girls as gothic. Actually, I think one of them is actually a guy. They're wearing black.
This guy's
not
retarded,
dark
bro.
makeup. There's just black. And he asks them, what I can hear audibly is he asks them, what was that? So I don't know how certain he was that it could have been a shooting. But I'm going to let you watch it first, and then we're going to try to clean up the audio. Now, if you're listening to this on a podcast and you're not be able to watch this, you might want to turn this down because it is visual. Take a look.
There it is.
So you can just sort of see everyone up top. A couple of people were actually out there are ducking. He was on the inside. Like I said, this was at 12:23, so he was inside, walked out, and then he's going to start a conversation with two people that are just wearing black. And and then you see he continues. He did this on for like 3 minutes.
You
and
see
he
me
just
all
sort of walks
sideways and
down
shit,
and
bro?
he engages in a conversation
like,
with those
dude,
two girls.
this video's
and
sideways
they
as fuck.
answer him there's nothing here that seems to me to be controversial. When he hears them say something about FU, it's before he has a conversation with him. It does happen. Take a listen. Just trying to isolate this audio for you guys. Those are the two girls talking about. Actually, I think one's a guy.
Oh, the thick ones. Yeah, I hear. Okay, he's talking about the two. That's not goth, dude.
Yeah.
That boy's tripping.
So he says, did you see where that came from? It seems like a normal conversation, kind of weird for me. And there's a reason why I'm saying that, to hone in on these two individuals and to say like gothic, and to pretend that they were doing something that looked abnormal, given the fact that in the longer video, everyone up top is quite calm, because I don't think they're really entirely sure what is happening. And some of them are ducking because maybe they saw it because they were outside. So I wanted to get to the bottom, as I said earlier, of who that second person was in the photo with his nephew, cousin, whatever you want to call him. And we got just one hit. And it was, honestly, it was from Belfast, North Ireland, no less.
Bullshit.
Somebody sent us an email. And he said, look, I conducted an interview, an internet-wide search of the person's face, and I only got one hit using technology, and the hit was in Provo, Utah. And he wrote to me that it was quite a coincidence because not only is the person in Provo for this one hit for this face, but also he's featured on a website pertaining to bees. And he's like, didn't you just do a thing saying that you had this weird thing about bees and you thought there was something else going on? And my goodness, you guys, I almost jumped when I learned that website he was referring to, Buzzard and Bees, is a Gothic underground in Provo. Okay. So this is the website. It's a Gothic underground of all things in Provo. The website Buzzard and Bees, and they're speaking about a Gothic prom. That is where that person's face comes up, except he's wearing makeup to make him, look a little more gothic.
Let's go to the goth club, y'all.
I'm going to show you the side by side
that's me.
of this individual.
He's just like me.
I'm certain. Can't say 100%, okay, because we need to find this person's name.
Shout out to the goth
but
kids.
This is a match, okay? The ears.
Yo, it's finally time for the
chin,
goths
just
to rise
everything
up.
about this individual is a match.
Senior
but he is,
year,
as of yet,
art teacher gave us several words
as a
that he
goth-
pulled out of a hat.
unidentified, pardon,
Mine
as
were
a gothic
contrasting
person,
shades and a
and
moon.
he is
And he
also,
said
as
to
of yet,
create a home scene with it.
unidentified, as
emo
the
ass
close
went to the
friend of
room
Shayna
on the
Broderick,
cloudy
who
night,
cannot
cast
be found anywhere
contrasting
else,
shades
or
gray
people
through
are
the
not familiar with
leafless
this person.
trees
So I'm
across the
thinking
moss-covered
maybe he
cracked
also
headstones in the
came
ancient graveyard.
from overseas.
He was all, okay
now,
then.
quickly regarding
A goth
our
kid went,
question
well, you
pertaining
asked
to
her.
Mike Mitchell, right? I was saying that it was pretty odd and
Hell
obvious
yeah, it's
that
the
they
Gator
were trying
Candace
to
for the win.
protect this detective, Mike Mitchell. We also learned that he's a Boy Scout leader in the LDS church, but usually if you have a long tenure as a police officer,
that's a
you're
funny
just
ass
featured in
story.
a lot of articles. And then we received some leads that
Shout out to
I
the
think
South
have
Carolina
helped to clarify
goth kid.
exactly what sort of a detective he was and maybe why he was not featured in a lot of articles, because he was, as it appears to be,
fuck? I hate this
a
game.
undercover detective. By all accounts,
Sorry,
he
I'm
was
playing
an
Pokemon on the side.
online detective. Apparently, if this is the correct Mike Mitchell, and given the timeline of when he becomes an undercover detective, I have a strong hunch that it is the right individual, because he says, he was on the force for 25 years. This individual began his career in 1999.
Oh, yeah. She's talking about the
His
cop now.
job, Detective Mike Mitchell, was to create
It was
messages
the South Park,
online
the South Park
to
goth
entrap
kids.
pedophiles. Okay? By pretending that he was underage. You guys know, you've heard about these sorts of stings. You pretend that you're underage as an officer and see people that try to hook up with you. And then you make an arrest. And so we can take a look at this article from November of 1999. It says, police surf internet to snag pedophiles. And it tells us Mike Mitchell sits at a desk tapping on a computer keyboard and becomes a boy. He's chatting with someone now. His words are full of typos and misspellings and childlike phrases. Mike Mitchell is not a boy. He is a police detective hunting for a pedophile. But the hunted doesn't know that. Mitchell, a detective with the Salt Lake County Sheriff's Office, has been investigating child sex crimes on the internet for about a year. I don't think people realize how big it is, he tells them. Okay, so that's interesting to me. Okay, and we can't then go, okay, let's make a jump here. Just because he's creating messages online, first and foremost, doesn't necessarily mean that he's the
cool.
person that authored the fake Fed
Chris
messages. And I'm not implying that, but I do actually thought it was quite interesting because when we covered George Zinn, who was the decoy boy that day,
Oh, the old
who
man.
then we
The old
find
boomer
out
guy- the old
is
boomer Jew.
into pedophilia, right? And he gets arrested because he has children being sexually abused on his phone.
Oh my gosh.
Absolutely despicable person. It really made us wonder. Again, I said this on a previous episode, whether or not he had been blackmailed in some capacity to play the decoy boy and to give
catch
the
a Jew. I
shooter
mean, to catch a
time to
predator.
get away. I just find that to be
I was kidding.
interesting. A lot of stuff happening right now, guys, and we are
I'm gonna get
definitively
canceled
getting
real
closer
quick.
to what took place on that day. And we have a lot of leads that are coming in. And I want to say that I want to refocus your attention and now open this up internationally because I have a hunch on who that goth kid is. Okay. Somebody attended this goth prom in Provo, Utah.
Dude,
Somebody overseas perhaps
Dude, I can't believe Candace just went, who this goth kid is? Yo, goth kids are on the map now, bro. We made it, y'all. Goth kids are making a difference in this world, bro.
recognizes that person. Like I said, I would venture a guess that he is not from
man.
Utah because I've never seen no hits come in. Somebody saying I went to high school with him.
Crazy.
And yeah, that's what I want you to focus your attention on. tips@CandaceOwens.com. Again, reminding you guys, please do not send us, because we're such a small team, please do not send us TikTok videos and saying you should watch this or, look at this theory. Reserve that to simply tagging our accounts when you are on those specific apps. And we will pick up from there. We got to get into the Charlie Kirk legacy. I am pretty fired up about that. And I'm pretty disgusted at a lot of stuff that I'm learning. And before we do that, I first want to throw it to Riverbend Ranch because I've been speaking a lot about Riverbend Ranch. They have fantastic steaks, really the best that you will have. Black Angus beef that is actually famous for its great
Black
flavor.
Angus beef.
Riverbend Ranch
can't-
has taken Black Angus beef
I can't
to a whole
click
new
on
level
the
over last
YouTube.
35
I can click
years
it on my
by
computer,
creating an
but I
elite
can't click
Angus
it on my
herd. They
PlayStation.
use ultrasound technology to select genetically superior cattle with a
Just
focus
being
on
stupid,
flavor
I guess?
and
What's this?
tenderness. Each year, Riverbend Ranch provides
Oh,
about
South Park?
850 elite Black Angus bulls containing special
funny.
genetics to over 260 Western U.S. ranches. Those partnership ranches receive a substantial premium from Riverbend Ranch for raising those cattle.
But it's stupid, I guess. But now we're switching our focus from
Oh, the pedophiles.
pedophiles.
I'm just being stupid, I guess.
Without the use of any growth hormones and without any antibiotics.
You
And every
can and
fall,
you
the
will.
calves containing these elite genetics return to Riverbend Ranch to spend the following summer in the lush mountain pastures.
Ooh, that meat looks
when you
good,
purchase
bro.
from Riverbend Ranch, you are not only
Hey,
supporting the 64
hey.
cowboys plus their families
but
who work that ranch.
Riverbed
but you're also
Ranch-
supporting over 200.
Riverbed Ranch, all right, has nothing on Lions Market. All right? Lions Market, you get 2 pounds of beef, you get 22 ounces of sauce, and you get 12 ounces of pasta for fucking $4. You can't beat that.
60 other U.S. ranches.
Food
and
Lion, my
hundreds of
bad.
American
Food Lion. I
families
was
who work on those
close.
ranches. It's
I said
born
food
in
market.
the USA, raised in the USA,
Or no, I said
processed
Lion
in the
market.
USA. The meat is aged to perfection for 21 days, and it's shipped directly from the ranch to your home. This is not your average
I was
Black
close.
Angus beef. This is more flavorful and more tender than even the best Angus beef that I've
Tiger
ever tasted.
Liger.
So right now,
Tiger
you head over
Lion.
to riverbendranch.com.
Yeah,
you can
Tiger-
use
a
promo
liger-
code
liger
Candace
lion.
at checkout, and you'll get $20 off your first order. And I can promise you guys that you will be incredibly impressed. So visit riverbendranch.com and use promo code Candace.
Shout out
Also,
to
telling
Food
you
Lion.
guys
Hey,
about
we get.
Beekeepers
Hey,
Natural
Becca,
Products,
I
because
gotta
as
get
a
sponsored by
mom of
Food
4
Lion,
young
a
kids,
California
life
kid.
is constantly on the move. There are
Sponsored by
school
a
drop-offs, work,
little mom
travel,
and pops
play dates,
in
and let's
South
be honest,
Carolina.
germs are everywhere. That's why I'm very grateful that
Ooh, best
Beekeepers
beef. Price
Naturals
$8 per
has
pound?
their amazing
That's a
propolis
steal.
throat spray. Because if you haven't heard of propolis, it's
That's
this
a
natural
steal. $8
immune
a
supporting
pound? That's
substance
nasty
that bees
work.
make to
Ooh.
protect their hives. It's like nature's own
Let's go.
shield packed with antioxidants. There's over 300
Beekeepers
beneficial
Naturals.
compounds. It's been used actually for
I
centuries,
actually like
obviously, to help support immunity, soothe
bee honey,
scratchy throats,
like for my
and just keep
coffee.
you feeling
I
your
usually
best. I
use
use
that a
propolis
lot.
throat spray, especially during travel or the school season. It's clean, it's natural, and it's free from all the junk that you cannot pronounce. There's no dyes, no chemicals, there's no fake sugars. Beekeepers Natural recently launched a kid-friendly version of their nasal spray as well. The mist is super soft
The
and gentle
mist?
for the
They
kids.
have a
who
Beekeeper
actually
mist
use it.
now?
So
What
whether
the
you're a
fuck?
busy parent or you just want to support your immune system in a natural way, this is definitely a game changer. Today, Beekeepers Naturals is offering you an exclusive offer. You can head to It's plural.com/Candace, or and you can enter code Candace.
Damn,
at
her
checkout.
eyes
You'll
are
get
wide
20%
open, dude.
Off your order.
Reading off that
Beekeeper's
teleprompter.
Natural products are also available at Target, Whole Foods, Amazon, CVS, and Walgreens.
She's reading it like I would.
Naturals.com/Candace.
Look at my
enter
eyes.
Code Candace. Okay, guys. So let's get into this.
All right, let's get back on
The
it.
attacks have not stopped.
L.com.
The attacks that are coming at me are good, though, because
That's
I
hilarious.
am just feeling more and more energized by them. I understand exactly what is going on. The people fighting for Charlie Kirk's legacy. I got to say this. You know what? I am starting to think.
She sounded like Nick Fuentes
Let me
right
know if
now.
you think this is crazy.
She's starting to act like
But
your
I'm
favorite
starting to
actor.
think that the assassination of Charlie Kirk was something akin to a regicide, right? The
regicide.
assassination of a king to install a new ruler who the king would have never approved of, right?
His wife.
Maybe people around him counseling the king, people who perhaps
Nobody in the
betrayed
world
him.
sounds like Nick Fuentes.
Because
Not
there
even
are
Nick
just
Fuentes. Yeah,
too
for sure.
many things that I am finding out that are not adding up to me. Okay. There are also, I do want to say this, too many first times leading up to this event. Okay. One person who emailed me said, "Hey, I've been supplying bulletproof vests to Charlie for all of these campus tours. And suddenly last spring, the last campus tour, they canceled my contract with them. They did not want to renew. When I asked them why, they told me that Charlie wanted to go a different direction by getting an army vest instead, like a metal army vest, I believe is what he says. And he said this made no sense to me. I
Weird.
didn't understand it. Okay, so
What the fuck? Okay, so like they canceled the contract of the bulletproof vest right before he gets shot? That's super weird. What the fuck? That's weird. I gotta replay that. That's super weird. A year before she said, okay. That makes sense. That makes more sense.
emailed me,
Okay.
said, "Hey, I've been supplying bulletproof vests to Charlie for all of these campus tours. And suddenly last spring, the last campus tour, they canceled my contract with
The last semester spring. So that's pretty recent. Like semesters semesters in US are about 3 months each. So somewhere in 3 months before the shooting, or like within 3 months, they cancel his bulletproof vest, which is weird. Okay, that's an interesting thing.
them. They did not want to renew. When I asked them why, they told me that Charlie wanted to go
The
a
most
different
recent year.
direction by getting
Like the
an
very
army
last
vest
semester before
instead,
this
like a
semester where
metal
he got
army
shot
vest, I
at.
believe is what he says. And
Politics,
he said,
I
this
hate
made no
it.
sense
Yeah,
to me.
I
I didn't
know.
understand it.
I'm gonna go to
Okay,
Marvel Rivals
so
after this.
Charlie decided
FNC
to
Mind.
use a new
I appreciate you,
company,
but yeah,
even though I don't think he was actually wearing
it's just so
bullet vests
interesting.
on
Oh, sorry, I'm
that
talking to
day.
someone
So
on
what
Kick
happened there,
Kick
I'm
chat right now,
not
guys.
sure. Something else that is
Someone
really
alive,
bothering me, just
not a
because
bot,
I
is on
have
Kick
done these
chat right
campus
now.
Tours is the question of
I
why
appreciate
Charlie
the
was set
hand
to
claps,
do
Mind. I appreciate
two
that.
events in Utah.
Candace,
a mere
Candace
20
is
days
a good ass friend.
okay?
Yeah, I
He was
think
supposed to
she is. I think
UVU,
she's the only
and
real
then
friend he has.
today was scheduled to do just 20 days later USU. Now those two campuses are just under 2 hours apart if you're driving.
Okay.
Why on earth would he schedule these events apart? It's not how Turning Point USA normally decides on their events. If you're going to do 2 stops in one state,
Yeah, just
they
might
make it
knock
happen
it out.
back to back
Yeah,
because it
back to
doesn't
back.
make sense.
Yeah, the gas
from
would
a
be
fuel
too crazy.
perspective, from a traveling perspective, for you to go in and out of one state. Plus, they only have a limited number of events,
Right.
So they want to make sure they can go all over the
Yeah.
United States and see as many students as possible
Right.
during every tour. This is how it works. I know how it works because I came from Turning Point USA, okay? I have toured with them every year, with the exception of this year, since I started working for Charlie. So that just struck me as very odd.
Damn, Candace is bringing
We've also
receipts, bro.
received, or maybe I should say, maybe not odd, just something new, maybe. We've also received a lot of tips.
FNC Mind, we're
that
gonna play
the hospital
Marvel
that Charlie
Rivals
was
after
taken
we're done with
is
the
not
news
the
today.
closest hospital.
You could tell she
And
is
it also
solid.
would not have been the number one
Why
choice
would someone
hospital
go through the
for
ringer
someone that was
and put
suffering
her
from
own
that sort
life
of
on
a
the line
wound.
to
Like it
investigate
was
where officials went. Yep.
a trauma
I agree
3
with you,
center.
resident.
He
Yeah.
was taken to a smaller regional hospital that was a little farther away and was also less equipped for the trauma that he suffered, that he was taken to Timpanogos Regional Hospital.
Timpanogos.
And also something new is that hospital had just announced that they had a brand new CEO and head surgeon named Andrew Zenger. A lot of new stuff happening. And to be clear, typically
is Zenger
the
Jewish?
states dictate the protocol,
Jeez.
and you're required to, after you have a certain number of attendees at an event, you are required to have an ambulance on standby. And I don't know Utah state law, but I also found that weird.
Okay, okay. So she's saying another weird thing is that there's supposed to be by law an ambulance right next to the campus at all times, or especially during events, and there was none.
I've been an ambulance on standby. Again, correct me if I'm wrong, but seemed
Wow.
atypical to me. Now, in terms of other things that were new, they announced on that same day that Andrew Zenger was announced as a new CEO. That was also the day that they announced Charlie's tour. They
Oh
announced
my
5 dates, and 2
gosh.
of them were in Utah.
Okay, that's super weird. This is these coincidences are fucking weird. Guy gets hired the same day that Charlie posts his tour dates. Yeah, that's weird.
Dispersed throughout the month. And it is also interesting to know that the Utah FBI also got a new set of employees. The state FBI department. Kash Patel went ahead and fired not only the chief of the Utah borough, but also some other people. You can see this in the Daily.
That little bug-eyed freak, Kash Patel, bro. Hey, resident, your boy Kash Patel, bro. I know you love this guy. He's fucking up, bro. Is she saying Cash is in on it? Yeah, she is. She said Cash switched up the cops in Utah the day of the announcement of Charlie Kirk, right? Is that what she's saying? Let me rewind it back a little bit. I was like, what the fuck is going on? Did you guys hear about the concerning factor that the same day that Charlie Kirk was assassinated, they also had a hearing regarding the Jeffrey Epstein files being released that was voted down to release by primarily Democrats. Yes. That was like my main thing the day of. I said, what's really... When Charlie Kirk died, I remember the day of, when he got shot, I said, what's Congress doing today? I asked my friends, what's Congress doing today? It's like, oh, they're voting on Jeffrey Epstein. I'm like, motherfuckers, I know that's why he got shot. That's the reason to distract them. Yeah, like it was a distraction. Yep. Exactly.
Stand by. Again, correct me if I'm wrong, but seemed atypical to me. Now, in terms of other things that were new,
Let's
they
hear this out.
announced on that same day that Andrew Zenger was announced as a new CEO. That was also the day.
Okay. She's saying the day Charlie Kirk announced his tour dates, Kash Patel put new cops on that force in Utah. He bring his own team that day that he announced the tour dates. Same day as the doctor, same day as the cops, same day as Charlie Kirk announces tour dates.
That they announced Charlie's tour. They announced 5
Fucking
dates, and
crazy.
2 of them were in Utah,
Wow.
dispersed throughout the month. And it is also interesting to know that
You can't make this up, people.
Utah FBI also got a new set of employees. The state FBI department. Kash Patel went ahead and fired not only the chief of the Utah borough, but also some other people. You can see this in the Daily Mail article. They recount this after Charlie's death. Kash Patel questions grow as it's revealed he gutted
What the
Utah
fuck,
FBI
dude?
leadership before Charlie Kirk's assassination. That is true. He fired the chief, among other people, and replaced her with Robert Bowles in August. I think Robert Bowles, actually, it was his first week when Charlie got shot. And he's somebody who has been in D.C. for decades. So seems to me to be an unusual.
Let's see. What's the notice? Notice. Let's all be clear. This is all speculation. We are not saying they did it or that they didn't. We are just looking at this from all directions, trying to understand what's going on. That's the disclaimer, y'all. We're sticking to it. There, so I protected all of us. I appreciate that, Becca. Becca's gonna be the new paralegal. The new paralegal for fucking the Twitch channel. Hey, FNC Mine and Kick Chat, you still with us, or did you dip out? Sorry, we're not playing the games yet. Let me know if you're still alive on the Kick Chat.
Placement to then want to re-up your entire life, assuming you have a wife and kids.
It took
and
a lot
move to
in
Utah.
class.
But whatever. Again, everything just feels a little too brand new to me. Then I speak to the individual who I told you guys that I recognized and had taken down the cameras minute 4 after Charlie was shot. The back camera of all the ones when you take the front camera. I don't know. Again, I'm not here
Becca's the real
to
MVP.
read
Yep.
into
She's
how
holding-
people
she's
might
the glue.
act in an
She's the
emergency
glue to
event.
this channel.
But I thought it was weird that he was there in general, actually.
If
that
any
he
of
was
us go
behind
missing,
Charlie the
Becca's
entire
on the
time.
case.
I've never seen that. He's never been behind me at an event. He's never been lingering around me at an event. And I asked about that. I asked about just his presence behind Charlie, and plus the mysterious phone call that he was seen making in like minute 3 after Charlie was assassinated. And he
Sorry.
he told me explicitly that they were trying something new that day. Like it was something new. Charlie's
Damn,
Under
fucking game.
Gavin Newsom,
Oh, I thought it was
taxes,
me.
crime, and homelessness skyrocketed. Now he wants to be president.
It's 'cause the
wasting
PlayStation
nearly
controller
300
fell.
million tax dollars on Prop 50 to rig elections. Stop Newsom's power grab. Vote no on 50.
Don't
Harbor Freight
do it.
tools keep getting better with time. Better performance, better durability, better value.
It's time for.
Oh, yeah. I knew it fucking changed. Let me go back to Candace.
new. Charlie's super ambitious, and on the AV thing, they were trying something new, and they wanted to be able to feed it back instantly to Arizona. None of it makes sense to me because these events are typically live streamed. But again, something new. Okay. So let's stick with that theme. Do you want to know something else that was brand new leading up to this event? Charlie's perspective on Israel. Okay. So
I thought she was gonna pull Ben Shapiro when he like segues to like an ad. I mean, this part.
feed it back.
You know what else is
instantly,
new?
to
Insurance,
Arizona.
insurance from
None of it makes sense
JP&G
to me
Morgan or whatever.
Because these events are
That
typically
shit
live
is so
streamed.
funny. I thought she was gonna
But
pull a
again,
Ben Shapiro right now.
Something new. Okay. So
You
let's
wa-
stick with that theme.
he
Do you
said-
want to know something else that was brand new leading up to this event?
The new dog biscuits, brand new for your doggy.
Charlie's perspective on Israel. Okay. So let me say this so you can hear it.
Got me out here trying to network, reaching out to other streamers for tips on how to get things working, reaching out to sellers for items. You have to see how to troubleshoot, writing disclaimers. Sounds like a community manager. Let him try. I got a pit bull, a sword, 2 pew-pews, and a hunting bow. Damn, she's loaded. She's like the Punisher. She's ready to go. Candace, I've been trying to reach you about your car's extended warranty.
Charlie Kirk's
3-year
perspective
warranty.
on Israel was not starting to shift. It had shifted entirely. Okay. There are no ifs and there are no ands and there are no buts about it.
No booties.
Israel knew that. Turning Point USA knew that because Charlie was explicit. So my question is, why isn't Turning Point USA making any statements and shutting down this repeat attempt by Israel to lie and to pretend that towards the end, Charlie was just authoring love letters to Israel, giving them a perspective of here's how we can win. Here's what you guys need to do. You need to work with this Hillel, whatever it is. Yeah, the same people that are calling me anti-Semitic, you need to work with those people harder. And he was just putting it on paper. Was it an email? What was that they were sharing on the New York Post, the Israeli Post, right? What were they sharing there? He wrote of his deep love for Israel. He had nothing else to do in May. Wrote of his deep love
All I
for
got is
Israel
a
to
butter
letter
knife.
to Netanyahu.
Freaking
Netanyahu said they
Canada.
were close, but in the letter,
Yeah, you
Charlie
gotta get
puts
yourself
his
a
number.
gun,
which
brother.
Apparently Netanyahu didn't
You gotta
have
get
his
Americanized.
number. And we're supposed to believe. Did he send that as an email? By the way, can somebody clarify? Was that an email they were sharing, or did he send it in the mail to him? Could somebody just share that, please? I'm assuming it was an email. Can someone share the timestamp on that? Just kind of like authenticate that email, because I'm very aware of what's going on. Okay. And I don't know how the executives over at Turning Point USA sleep at night. Okay. I don't know how you can present yourselves as a Christian organization and not be dedicating yourself to the truth. No matter what the cost is, you tell the truth. That's it. Okay.
Damn, she's going in on
hide
TP
it.
USA?
You don't try to obfuscate it. You don't try
She's
to say,
going
well,
in.
wait until the memorial event before we start looking into who murdered him, you tell the truth and you tell it immediately. And I don't think they're capable of doing that. And I have an idea as to why that is. I think the same people that were pressuring Charlie are pressuring them. In fact, I know that for a fact. So they might need my help.
Ooh, yo, let's go, Candace.
I'm gonna challenge Turning Point USA executives to issue a very clean statement saying that I am lying if this is not true.
Ooh.
About 48 hours before Charlie Kirk died, Charlie...
Yo, everybody pay the fuck attention right now. She's about to throw some fucking bombs our way. Hold on, let me read this. I got one of those calls today, then one about you have the driver in an automobile accident calls. I went, wow, that sounds amazing. How can someone who has never had a license, never had a car, and never driven due to seizure be driver in an accident? And they hung up. Hell yeah, you actually talked to these people? I fucking just hung up on them. More here. I'll help you learn to defend yourself. Weapons and no weapons. Dude, I'm just throwing elbows at everybody. Just elbows for everybody.
Informed people at Turning Point, as well as Jewish donors and a rabbi, that he had no choice but to abandon the pro-Israel cause outright. Okay, Charlie was done. He said it explicitly.
All right, let's restart that. What did she say?
Before we start looking into who murdered him, you tell the truth and you tell it immediately. And I don't think they're capable of doing that. And I have an idea as to why that is. I think the same people that were pressuring Charlie are pressuring them. In fact, I know that for a fact. So they might need my help. Okay, I'm going to state this, and I'm going to challenge Turning Point USA executives to issue a very clean statement saying that I am lying if this is not true. About 48 hours before Charlie Kirk died, Charlie informed people at Turning Point, as well as Jewish donors and a rabbi, that he had no choice but to abandon the pro-Israel cause outright. Okay, Charlie was done. He said it explicitly that he refused to be bullied anymore by the Jewish donors. Can you guys answer? Did he express that? Did he also express that he wanted to bring me, Candace Owens, back because he was standing up for himself? And then did he, just 48 hours later, conveniently catch a bullet to the throat before our onstage reunion could happen? It's a yes or a no, okay? Let's stop this ditching. Let's stop the dodging. Let's explicitly, I want to hear from Turning Point USA that I'm lying about that. I want you to say, no, it was just, he was feeling a little bit of pressure. No, I want you to literally answer what I have just said. It either happened or it didn't. I'm either making it all up.
She said, call me a liar.
It happened exactly as I'm saying. And while we're at it.
She's telling him, call me a fucking liar, bro. Call me a fucking liar. Okay, do you mean to tell me that you guys don't settle disputes by tickle fights like we do here in Canada? Yeah, I talk to them because the longer I can keep them on the phone, the less they have to scam us. Okay, you're like the Kit Boga, Becca. You're like Kit Boga. You like to waste their time. I see them. My mom used to say, don't take a knife to a gunfight, so that should tell you. Yeah, resident, you gotta step up your settle disputes weapons.
I ask, what is the name of the Jewish donor who sponsored the Hamptons weekend? Okay. And to Pastor Rob McCoy, were there any LLCs that you or your son were being paid through that sat outside of Turning Point? I'm asking that question genuinely.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm putting the fire here right at the feet of Turning Point because I am disgusted.
Let's go, Candace. She does not give a fuck anymore, bro.
Disgusted. I am looking around and wondering whether Charlie's entire life was the Truman Show. None of you guys are behaving in the way that you should be behaving, okay? There's no way.
Holy shit, dude. Yo, Candace said fuck TP USA right now. That's a real... You know what I want to say. She a real one for that. She a real... You know what I'm saying? She's holding it down 10 toes deep for the homeboy Kid Kirk. She said, that's my boy. You done fucked up. You and your mom do gunfights. Oh yeah. She did get threatened by her mom with the gunfight. Yeah, she did get threatened by her mom with a gun. I remember she was telling us that. I'm not sure. But that was wild. One of my friends says, we have the Second Amendment and I'm not afraid to use it. Honestly, though, that is all about so we can defend ourselves against a tyrannical government. Yep. I agree. Same. Yep. I agree with that statement that your friend makes.
You are letting these lies fly. Unless, as I am hearing, unless it is true that there was a big payday that was on the line. And if Charlie radically stated
Yeah, because I would have gone
that
to
he was
the
done with
store
Israel,
on,
if
in foot
Charlie
with the
said he had no
thunderstorm.
choice
remember
but
that.
to abandon the
That's
pro-Israel
why
cause
Canada's taking our guns away,
and
because
I
they are
quote,
tyrants.
Jewish donors, the behavior of Jewish donors. If he said that, yes or no, well then, I don't know, maybe some people didn't want to take that risk that he was going to become Candace Owens and Tucker Carlson at Turning Point USA with all of those presences, so much presence across college campuses. Maybe they didn't want to take the chance. You see, I'm just one person, so it's easy to just try to cancel my life and lie on me every second of every day.
You double dared your mom to shoot you, Becca? You're fucking crazy. Make my day. Go ahead, Mom. Make my day. You feeling lucky? Huh? Punk? Do ya? That's how you did your mama? Damn.
Hey, Turning Point USA, I think, got a little bit bigger than Charlie, and I'm no longer going to allow this lie in this narrative. So answer the questions.
I was done.
Yes or
Grandma was
no.
dying. I was dealing with a lot of stress, so it
And I'm going
was
to again
just
challenge
done.
you to lie. And
Fuck it.
if you
Becca
do
did
lie,
not back
I'm
down.
going to expose the lies, and I'm going to start dropping videos, actually. So that's where I'm at. Enough of the games. Enough with trying to allow Israel to wrangle a narrative that you know is not true. Charlie did not die
Sorry, I didn't mean to
pro-Israel.
whistle
Did not
right in
die
your ears.
for Israel. Did not martyr himself as a friend of Israel. In fact, the friends of Israel were pressuring him
Damn.
very badly, and he was done.
Candace
And
is
he
not
finally stood
fucking
for
around.
himself.
I love
And
it.
I'm proud of
I love
that.
to
And I
hear
will
it.
say this: you know what? Somewhere Charlie is watching. Okay, and I hope he knows that we are reunited. Okay, we're on stage right now, and the Jewish donors are very angry about it, extremely angry about it. But it feels good to know that in the end, truth is going to win. So, accept my challenge. Or
If
don't.
Candace dies
Before I get to some of your
randomly
comments,
this
I'm going to tell you about
month,
a couple of more of our sponsors.
I
Skincare
think
being
I know
one of them.
what
There is a
happened.
reason that we all love the fall. Of course, it's the air, changing leaves. It's a
I
season
sent
of
a text
transition.
to my aunt, and she
But that
drove 35
transition
miles
can
to come
also be
get
tough
me.
on our skin. The end
I'm
of
gonna
summer
be
sun,
so
the
mad
new autumn wind. It can leave your skin
if
looking
she
tired,
does.
dry,
Oh,
and
yeah,
very
yeah.
dull.
Me too.
If
I'm
you
gonna
are
do it. Yep.
looking in the
I
mirror
know who
and
did
you
this
are
one.
feeling like your skin has lost its radiance with the season,
I
then
know
I
who
should
killed
tell
her
you
this
about
time.
my absolute go-to, which is Nimi.
And she's
You guys know I love
Catholic,
Nimi.
so I'm
Nimi is
like-
the reason that my skin stays clear, firm, and glowing no matter what the weather brings. Their 3-step anti-aging routine is the perfect defense for this seasonal shift. It's packed with powerful, clinically backed ingredients that work to restore your skin's barriers, which is exactly what you need to fight off that dry autumn air. It boosts collagen production
I need
to
the
help
teeth
with those
whitening,
fine
bro.
lines. It locks in deep
I need to get
moisture
money.
and it brightens your complexion, bringing back that healthy glow that you had in the summer. And here's what I love the most. Nimi
going
is
straight
proudly
for their
American made
throats
in a world of
this
skincare
bitch
dominated by
if they
foreign
take her
brands.
from
Nimi
us.
formulates
And you didn't
produces
even like her.
everything
That's
right
the
here in
thing. That's the
USA.
funny
They
thing.
deliver world-class quality while
It's funny that you're standing 10 toes down for Candace, but you didn't even like her at one point. Yeah, I do. Okay. My boy liked the black girls. Ooh, Resident got the jungle fevers. Ooh. What are you talking about? Saying you in love, boy. If she does it, it'll be BB 2 our government 3 TP USA. Yeah, for sure. I thought you weren't a Candace fan. I thought you were saying like, oh, maybe it was Becca Bear that was saying like people were talking shit about Candace. I've been about Candace since like 2018. Oh, okay. Yeah, a lot of people were against her. I was against her. I was against Candace when she was talking shit about my boy Nick Fuente, little Nicky. Yeah, I said people are talking crap. Yeah, I like her now. I'm back on the Candace train. I'll admit I'm back on the Candace train for a bit right now. I'm not gonna lie. I put my knee on the ground and say Black Lives Matter right now. That's what I'm doing. Choo choo, all aboard.
staying true to the values that we hold dear, which is faith, family, and of course, freedom. Number one, freedom, and our faith and our family. You shouldn't have to compromise your values to get incredible skincare. And with Nimi, you don't have to. So as you prepare for the new season, make sure your
Black
skin is
don't
prepared
crack.
too. Get an exclusive 10% off your NimiSkincare.com
Yo, black skin
order.
is
Use
one of the
code
most
Candace10 at
healthiest
checkout.
skins
You can support
ever.
a brand that supports this country.
They
and
never-
you can see the
they don't
results
get
for
old
yourself.
until
Again,
they get
that's
old, you know?
NIMI skincare.com. Use promo code Candace10 and you'll get 10% off. The cost of everything is still out of control. I want to tell you about American financing because many people are relying on credit cards to cover the essentials. If that debt is piling up, you are not alone. Americans collectively owe over $1 trillion in credit card debt. You might have considered reaching out to my friends in American Financing, but you may be hesitant because you didn't want to give up your low mortgage rate. Well, there's good news.
That was a good emo find.
Smart Equity Loan, which is a solution designed
you really
to
went
help
searching
you
for
take
that
control
one.
of your finances without touching your current mortgage. Unlike a HELOC, which can have
I need to get a
interest rates,
creator
Smart
to
Equity Loan
make me
offers a
some
fixed
cool
rate.
emotes.
That means one predictable monthly payment, giving you peace of mind. This loan allows you to leverage the equity in your home to pay off high interest debt, free up your cash flow, and keep your existing low mortgage rate intact. It only takes 10 minutes to get started with no upfront or hidden fees. You can call American Financing and you can start saving now. The number is 800-795-1210. Again, that's 800-795-1210. Or you can visit AmericanFinancing.net/Owens. Again, that's AmericanFinancing.net/Owens. All right, you guys. Hope I've made myself clear. I'm done dancing. I am done dancing with all of these frauds. It's just unbelievable. It really is unbelievable. Do me a favor. Don't ever let anybody try to speak out who just tortured me my whole life and then pretend to say something nice. Please don't do that. Just call them out on being hideous individuals, you know? When you end up in a world where, like, a couple of days before Charlie Kirk dies, someone like Laura Loomer is calling him anti-Semite, and she's funded by one of Charlie's donors, Bob Shillman, who then does a 180 and is now pretending that she is morally fighting me to stop researching into Charlie's murder. You know exactly what kind of world you live in. Politics sickens me. It really does. Everybody who has a wish out there, oh, Candace, like, jump into politics. I hate these people. I hate everybody involved in politics. It is all about money, okay? They all sell their souls for money, and there are no real relationships, and I hope that you are learning that. If you're getting a lesson about that right now, and it's not left or right, I think, which is something that I learned. It is not left or right. It is just individuals selling their souls. Comment from Rose. Rose writes, no matter what videos I've seen from people on the left or right calling you crazy, I call it fake and gay. You have my full support. Truth is all that matters, and Christ is king. Yeah, here is the thing. People know truth when they hear it.
She's so based for that.
You know
fake and gay is crazy.
You know when people are lying, and you can see the campaign now. It's obvious, right? It's all the same people making videos at the same time, posting at the same time. People that are accepting money.
Guess
an
she
agent
won't be
of
our
Israel
first
somehow.
female president. Yeah,
I've
yeah,
also
yeah.
got contracts.
She definitely won't be our
well.
first female president. Are you talking about Candace, or are you talking about
paid, quote unquote 501c3s dedicating themselves to the fellowship of Christians and Jews? I mean, it is a really disturbing market. But you would think that following an assassination,
what's that emote? What is that?
That people would tether themselves to reality.
Clown?
That they would say, "I want to fight evil," and they would therefore commit themselves to truth. What I'm seeing right now is just
forgot your makeup,
really
bro.
I mean, I think his name online is Anomaly.
Candace,
AJ tweeted,
she said
is this what happened
politics.
after the JFK assassination? Did all of his friends race to say, don't investigate, don't investigate?
Well, you're the one that's holding the ID,
alive,
sir,
maybe,
so I think
AJ.
it is your ID.
Murphy writes, I'm a progressive who disagrees with you on a lot, but as a fellow Catholic, I see the Holy Spirit working through you to find truth. We are fighting a spiritual war against evil. The left and the right must come together to fight authoritarianism. How to do that, by the way, I want to say to people at home. Take your children out of these schools, all of them.
Which one?
Okay, I
Which
cannot
school?
stress this enough.
Which school?
Homeschool your children. Make it work no matter what. Stop sending them to
because I said it was yours. Oh,
okay?
I don't remember
There
that.
is a real underground. It
I
is a communist
I didn't read
underground.
that
It is
part
real.
out loud.
It is 100% real. It is not
I
imagined.
forgot.
And
I conveniently
what
forgot.
they want, the one resource that these
All
people
of
want
them
are your children. Simple thing that you can do. Okay, I know it takes a lot of adjustment. I'm waking up and I'm homeschooling my kids. And
shout out to
by the way, it's the most
homeschooling
rewarding thing in
kids.
the world. Also, we just started this week, so it's only been for 2
clown
days,
like
but
you
it's
wouldn't.
incredible how happy it makes me knowing that I am doing something to buck the trend as we are slipping further into authoritarian
Only clowns
rule.
I know live in Canada.
Ashlyn Bigelow writes, advocating for a weekly Candace crash out, followed by, I'd like to apologize for my tone 10 seconds ago. Yeah, I'm kind of, yeah, I should do that. You're right. And I should apologize for my tone maybe 5 minutes ago. I'm trying to be more conscious, but I am, oh man, I'm working on this anger. I'm working on just really
I'm sure she wants to like beat
how
the shit
fake
out
and
of
gay it all
somebody.
is. Like I am just seeing these people just say, move on.
take
Move on
that
Charlie.
back.
Good. We're going to accept the narrative.
My
we're just
bad,
going
bro, my
to
bad,
let
my
the
bad, my
FBI
bad.
do what the
You're right,
FBI does, and we're just going to pretend these glaring, obvious lies and holes mean nothing.
You right, King. You right, King.
And also work behind the scenes to the very people that were torturing Charlie. That is just not allowed. Not allowed. Natalie writes, Candace, I am giddy AF watching you today. You are on fire. To your audience, let's keep up the prayers, y'all. Christ is king.
Christ is king, baby.
Thank you so much, Natalie. I really appreciate that. And I appreciate all of your support. Marzi, thank you for your support. Marzi writes, hey, Candace, in my super chat yesterday, I got keyholing and internal bullet bouncing confused. Oh, okay. I remember that you commented about that. Keyholing is if the bullet is too slow and tumbles and has external impact. The other is pinball bullets, where they bounce internally, causing internal damage to the target. So pinball bullets are the ones that cause internal damage. Very interesting. George writes, we love you, Candy. I pray the truth gets out soon. Keep up the great work. The truth, George, it's inevitable. It is. It's not fun to be a liar because you got to squirm. And I appreciate the hand that they played here. I totally get the hand that they played
If I
here.
had kids, I'd homeschool. It's too risky sending them to school with bullying and the school
that have
shootings.
been told from the very beginning.
Yes.
And the idea.
Yeah.
Charlie
Definitely
was punished when he
don't
died
take your kids.
ends today. That just
don't
ends today.
give your kids.
HMMM.
The public
writes,
school
please
is pretty
stay
brutal.
safe. If I buy a shirt, please don't do a Cardi B and call me out for my XXX sizes. By the way, we do have some new merch. You guys demanded this. We're also going to make sure that you have the most appropriate kit on you.
The
We don't
CIA
know
shirt is
what
crazy.
We know is the new Stannis cup that just dropped. It's pretty good. We don't know, but we know. And we're about to know, if you know what I mean.
We don't
Okay?
know, but we know.
So you can get your Stannis cup available on CandaceOwen.com website. There's also t-shirts that are available for you. Somebody put in a request for a tank top, so we have that. Finally, getting you some kit. We'll drop more in the future too. Because that's the vibe. That is the vibe. Go with your gut on things.
Having a
And
CIA
I loved
across your
that
chest is
yesterday's
crazy
episode, the number
work,
one comment was that Charlie used to say that, like, go with your gut. There's something there, and I'm realizing more and more, guys. Like we have a God intuition that is our gut. Your gut instinct is your God instinct, and we all know something's not right here. And the media has never worked harder to try to tell us, no, just move along. And yeah, I proclaim regicide. Okay. I don't like it, and we are getting closer. So again, be very, I guess, careful or mindful, rather, is a better word there. Be very mindful if you are sending us an email to tips@candaceowens.com. We are still working to identify our goth
a goth
suspect. It is not the girl who was wearing black, but rather the person that was in the photos with
tall,
nephew, cousin, Broderick. And if you know something, please send us tips@CandaceOwens.com. We will have more for you tomorrow. Some other stuff that I've been holding close to my chest about where we are hearing Charlie's wounds were. So I hate to leave you on a cliffhanger. I don't actually hate to leave you on a cliffhanger. It brings you back. And I love you guys. You guys keep us fighting. We'll see you tomorrow.
Damn, she's leaving us on a cliffhanger again, bro. Magnitude earthquake kills at least 31 people in the Central Philippines. That just happened right now.
Wala pa namang
Holy
suit, sir. Wala
shit,
pa naman
dude.
kuhan.
Oh my god.
Collapse na dito.
Damn.
Narang San Martin. Pero na pa rin. Lang.
Looks like a church got hit. Oh no, people that died. Hospital. And it's fucking raining, bro. Damn, bro. Imagine just fucking in the hospital and a fucking 6.8 earthquake just shatters everything. This fucking sucks. Confirmed Patsy. I like James Lee. Let's check this one out.
Women riders.
Oh, let me, yeah, let's find
This is the one who can fix nearly anything and turns to
Rick shit
Granger,
off the
who has
stove
almost
and struck
everything.
between two
Few
ribs
may
and
see
bounced
him,
around his
but
chest.
he's the
Damn!
The only reason why someone wouldn't be interested in asking the question is because they already know what the answer is.
This is outrageous, and I'm pretty furious about it.
There was
but I did
there
want
was
to come in and
a
report
bar
what I just
club
learned
shooting
from
in
a
this North
high-level
Carolina over the
source.
weekend. One could have you guys smuggled
is
me some
confirmed,
guns
by the
over to
way,
Canada?
at the
Thanks.
highest levels.
Yeah, we'll definitely do
that
that.
this is
bro.
about to
You definitely
happen.
need them.
The FBI, according to my source, is about to wrap up their investigation into the assassination of Charlie Kirk. They're done.
Now ask yourself, why would the FBI be trying to wind down
Nice,
an
I knew I could
investigation
count on you, Soul.
with so many questions and loose ends that are still
You're welcome.
unanswered? And fact is, they never seemed interested in trying to figure out what the truth is. Because did you guys know that the FBI actually ordered the local police not to interview any eyewitnesses?
Just 10-4, I'm still about 15 out, but the 1-2 unit that's going to be up there to interview, as per FBI and FBI, we've been given clear direction not to
Get you a
interview.
single wide, double wide, move
negative
Mm-hmm.
here.
interview.
Just
Until
don't put
they-
them in your bum.
40, we
That's
were
gross.
not going to interview. We're just arriving now.
And not only that, the crime
Beggars
scene
can't be
itself
choosers,
is
bro.
being ripped apart and rebuilt right now. And it's been, what, 2.5 weeks?
Either you want the
okay?
guns or
First,
you
they
don't
took
want the
apart the
guns,
stage
bro.
area. This happened almost immediately, just a few days after
I gotta
Charlie
save
was
my fellow
assassinated. And they
Canadians.
said, well, we have to do these renovations because we don't want
Fine.
there to be blood on the ground. Okay.
Hey, when you smell the gun,
Well,
that's the
take a
smell
look
of
at this
freedom
now.
right there,
They're
bro.
also
Brother.
taking apart the tunnel area that leads out to the backstage area where they evacuated Kirk to the hospital. And then I just got this video from Ian Carroll. He's doing his own independent investigation right now, so we'll see what he finds. But he's telling me that they're also removing the planter boxes around the quad. At this point, they might as well bulldoze the whole campus and start over. I mean, the literal physical attributes of a crime scene
Nobody's
is being
freedom was cheap.
actively changed.
Nobody said freedom
That
was
is
cheap. Exactly.
insane to me. And why would they want to do that? Could it be because there's basically, at this point, a 0% chance that what they're telling us is the actual truth?
I want to stick to the gunshot. I mean, that's where you're an expert.
She looks
and
like my
that's where you
friend.
smell a rat deep down. Can you walk us through it? And
The
really,
girl on the
am
left
I
looks like
putting
my-
words in your
my
mouth when I say
buddy
that you think this
that
is
lives in
100% a
San
lie,
Diego.
the official story they're telling us?
Like an older
Yes.
version of my friend.
Yeah, it's a complete fabrication.
I was like, what? What are you doing on TV, bro?
30-06. When it's fired out of that cartridge, it's propelled with a force of about.
It's propelled with the force of 1,000
traveling at
nations.
speeds upward of 2,000 feet per second, and tremendous force. They've got images of ballistic gel, which is designed to resemble a human
Resemon.
head, and the skeleton of part inside. They shoot cow bones, cow femurs, which are thicker than a man's arm, and every one of those shots shows that the bullet shatters completely, passes through. If that round that
How
hit
about
Charlie had
bows
been
and
a
arrows?
30-06, as the FBI and the local police claim,
Yeah, they have those.
Charlie's head would have been, if not completely severed, partially severed, and it would have been unrecognizable.
Yeah, that was former CIA gun expert, and he's saying that
I got a
this
slingshot.
is a complete cover-up.
That sounds
And
terrible.
Let's take a look at what happens when you are hit with a 30-06.
This is what a 180 grain 30-06 projectile looks like in slow-mo.
Jeez.
This shot was taken from 200 yards away. The test was to simulate the shoulder bone of a deer, so we had 2 pieces of wood and 5 cutting boards. This 30-06 projectile goes through both pieces of wood, 5 cutting boards, and 16 inches of ballistics gel.
Jeez.
Before we show the actual Kirk shooting for reference, take a look at what the 30-06 did to that pork shoulder.
Jeez.
And here it is one last time before the actual Kirk shooting footage.
Would just rip them off the stage.
Do these look even close to the same level of damage?
Okay, I will freely still admit that I am not a gun expert at all, but that is a whole lot of destruction, and it's
check the
unlikely
compound
that it
David
would have been
killed
any
alive with
different
one of
for
those.
Charlie Kirk.
He's
I know
gonna have
they're
to
telling
kill
us
a
differently,
tank
which I'll get into.
he's gonna have to
But
kill a
pretty
tank
much
with the
every
slingshot.
ballistic expert at this point is telling us Charlie could not have been shot with a 30-06. His head would have been completely blown off, or at the very least severed. The official story that they're telling us just doesn't make any sense. I'm sure you've heard this, is that Charlie was an anomaly. He was a quote-unquote man of steel. This is according to Kirk's executive producer, Andrew Colvett, He tweeted out that I just spoke with the surgeon who worked on Charlie in the hospital. He said the bullet, quote, absolutely should have gone through, which is very, very normal for a high-powered velocity round. I've seen wounds from this caliber many, many times, and they just go through everything. This would have taken a moose or two down, an elk, but it didn't go through. Charlie's body stopped it. I mentioned to his doctor that there were dozens of staff, students, and special guests standing directly behind Charlie on the other side of the tent, and he replied, quote, it was an absolute miracle that someone else didn't get killed. His bone density was so healthy, and the density was so impressive that he's like the Man of Steel. It should have just gone through and through. It likely would have killed those standing behind him too. In the end, the coroner, they said, did find the bullet just underneath the skin.
Let me see the bullet.
Even in death, Charlie managed to save the lives of those around him.
Let me see the
Remarkable,
bullet.
Miraculous. It was a miracle. And yes, I suppose miracles do happen from time to time. But let's actually, unlike the FBI, use actual physics and data to calculate how likely a miracle could have happened. This next part is great work by Chris Martenson. People should definitely check him out. He has an hour-long breakdown of this, but I'll summarize here for you. Basically, putting the caliber of the bullet aside, which we already talked about, the other essential analysis to look at here is the angle of the shot from the corner of the rooftop down to where Charlie was sitting. He says it's about a 10-degree downslope and 10 degrees off axis, meaning that the bullet would be coming in at a slight angle. Here is that protractor view, so 10 degrees is just slightly off-centered. And based on the angle of attack, a 30-06 would go straight through the neck without hitting any bone. And not only that, even if it hit bone, it's likely that his neck would have been blown apart anyway.
Jeez.
Right? We've just seen all of the ballistics videos. So essentially what the FBI is telling us is believe in miracles, do not believe in data, science, physics, none of that.
No
so
Scientology.
just humor me for a second. Let's say it's not a miracle and physics and science do still exist. If it isn't Tyler with his grandpa's Mauser 98 who shot Charlie Kirk, who else could have done it? At this point, I would say we're not really sure. But one thing we do know is that, like JFK, Charlie had a lot of enemies. So there are lots of potential theories and motives and possibilities. But in terms of, once again, we just want to look at evidence. Here is a still shot from someone in the crowd pointing to what it would appear to be a different rooftop. A lot of potential perches the way the campus is set up and designed, so it could have come from anywhere. This guy is pointing at a completely different area than where the FBI is telling us Tyler was positioned. And also, another thing to remember is that the first 911 dispatch call said it was a guy dressed in tactical gear.
Tactical
going
gear.
to be wearing all black, black long gun, black tactical helmet, a black mask, possibly wearing a tactical vest and jeans.
This clip, by the way, has pretty much now been scrubbed from the official record.
Whoa. What the fuck? This is a whole new guy. Whole new fucking wardrobe. What the fuck? He's wearing a helmet, a mask, tactical vest, all black. Where is this in the files? What the fuck?
911 dispatch call said it was a guy dressed in tactical gear.
Is going to be wearing all black, black long gun, black tactical helmet, a black mask, possibly wearing a tactical vest and jeans.
This clip, by the way, has pretty much now been scrubbed from the official record, and everything now just says he's some regular dude. Tyler was a regular guy that has a trans boyfriend, he was a furry, and that he was radicalized by leftist ideology, quote unquote, and fired a magic bullet like, you know, I guess all other major assassinations in the 20th century.
Through all of the past assassinations, from JFK to MLK to RFK, it's really going to blow your mind when you start seeing how much this Charlie Kirk assassination has in common with all these other basically magic bullet theories, right? If you guys think that JFK was the only one where there was a magic bullet, think again. Almost every assassination in history that has been at this scale, there's some type of magic bullet in that theory.
I think it's absolutely crazy that people like you and me, we're called conspiracy theorists when it's the FBI and the authorities asking us to believe
I
in
bet you that
miracles.
the left wing is
And here I
absolutely
am,
tripping that
just
Candace
trying
is
to
saying that
make
it wasn't
conclusions
Tyler
based
Robinson.
on the facts that we know.
Yeah,
And
right.
as of right now, the only pieces of
What is
evidence
Destiny
that
saying? No, I'm
quote
just
unquote ties Tyler Robinson to the
Your
shooting
favorite person,
is
Destiny,
this blurry
bro.
image of a young man wearing a black shirt with an eagle on it, and this video of him running across the rooftop allegedly after he fired the fatal kill shot, and then also these text messages that are absolutely insane. There's no picture of him with a gun at all on campus. In fact, I would say even based on the FBI evidence that they put out, there is more than reasonable doubt that Tyler
They don't know whether to hate her or
Last thing
not
I'll say
anymore,
here
endorse
today
her,
is
yeah.
that TPUSA had cameras positioned all over. One was right in front of Charlie. But right now, we are not hearing a peep from them other than fundraising off of Charlie's name and also just how excited Erica Kirk is about the future.
In the words of my husband, buckle up, because there is
King of the
a
Hill
lot
Dale
of
wrote a
content to
kid's
be
book,
had,
The
and we
Magic
have so
Bullet.
many
Every time I hear
amazing
Magic Bullet, I
things
think
down the
about that.
pipeline that we're working on currently that
That's
will
pretty funny. I didn't know that.
Unveil in due time.
I am so excited.
Yeah.
Everybody grieves a little differently, but I'm not sure if those are the exact words I would use, and I would probably not have that facial expression. Anyway, I'll end this video with the same line that I started with. The only reason why someone wouldn't be interested in asking the question, all the questions, is because they already know what the answer is. That is it for me this week. Let me know what your thoughts are.
James
I
Lee
obviously believe
came
that based
in.
on all of the evidence that we have, Tyler either was not the shooter or at the very least did not act alone. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. If you want to support my work, my journalism, please take a second to like this video, share it with as many people as you can, subscribe to the channel, and also hit that notification bell. It really helps us out in the algorithm. As always, appreciate your time. See you in the next one.
Hello, my love. You have no doubt heard of the shooting, and I must admit...
Damn. Damn. What's this? I'll click on it over here. What's this? Oh, the magic bullet?
Behold, your very own copy of my children's book, The Magic Bullet. It'll be about a little gun searching for her lost bullet. A classic mother-daughter tale. Why? Follow along as I read an excerpt. Bunny was not like other AK-47s. Bunny was an AK that cared. Other guns shot with reckless abandon. But Bunny, her bullets she spared. Then one day things went awry, and one of her bullets, away she flied.
Oh, God.
That magic bullet was her daughter Lips, with whom she had a complex interdependent relationship. She went searching for her. My sweet ballistic, I'll come find you. Be optimistic, stay strong. Remember you came from your mom.
It's a little stupid, Dale.
So dumb, bro. Hell yeah. Nick Fuentes reviews Charlie Kirk Slayer. Damn, that's an hour long. I'm not gonna do that. That's too long. What did he say? What did he say? What?
I just saw a very wild clip. Politicians are no strangers to weird takes, but what Ted Cruz just said is so shocking. I actually can't believe this is real. I double-checked if this was like AI or like a bad lip-reading video or something dubbed over. It's not. He said it with his whole chest.
Senator Booker also said we should have bipartisan agreement. I think that's a great idea. We should have bipartisan agreement. How about we all come together and say, let's stop murders? How about we all come together and say, let's stop rape? How about we all come together and say, let's stop attacking pedophiles? I want you to look at what happened when the National Guard went to D.C.
What in tarnation? Pardon me?
Let's stop
Can we roll
attacking
that back, put it on the
pedophiles?
Jumbotron, please? There's no way he just said that out loud, right? What a crazy Freudian slip. Or maybe not even a Freudian slip. It looks like he is reading off a piece of paper for his monologue here. He might have wrote that down as like a really strong stamp that he needs to get across here about people need to come together to stop attacking pedophiles. What? Teddy sweaty and ready out here trying to defend pedophiles or some shit? Man, those Epstein files are never coming out, huh? Heavens to Betsy. Now, you have to imagine that's not what he meant to say. So you would think that he'd pretty quickly scramble to set the record straight so there's no confusion on where he stands. I don't think he wants to be known as Ted Stop Attacking Pedophiles Cruz. But he never goes back to, like, explain what he tried to express. Also, nobody in the room challenges him on it. Like, hey, Ted, quick question before moving on. Did you mean what you said at the end there? Like you said, you know, stop murder. Okay, good, yeah, all right. And then stop rape. All right, good, yeah, no, rape's bad. Let's stop that. And then you said stop attacking pedophiles, and I couldn't help but be confused because, well, attacking pedophiles is good. Like, that needs to happen more often. In fact, I'd argue we don't attack pedophiles enough. So what did you mean there at the end, Ted? But there is not a soul in this building that says anything about it. Not even a peep.
Oh, my God.
So they just move on.
They move on.
Robbery fell by 57%. Homicide fell by 58%. Sex abuse fell by 40%. Those are real results. And Detective Pemberton?
Goober just carries on business as usual, as if nothing is abnormal about what he's just stated. No one in the room says anything about it, not even a whisper. That's crazy to me. Now, I attempted to do the impossible of putting together the jigsaw puzzle that is Ted Cruz's enigmatic mind, but that's like dividing by zero. I can't quite figure it out. I tried to understand like what he wanted to say but fumbled based on the slide that he pulls up, which is stats. Robbery, homicide, sex abuse. Homicide ties into the first thing he said about stopping murder. But then the second thing he says about stopping rape, well, that ties into sex abuse. The third thing, robbery, is not anything he ever said about stopping. So where the fuck does the word pedophile even come from? And how does the word attacking pedophiles even squeak out from between his foul butt cheeks? I've seen, like, long versions of this. Not the whole thing. Maybe at some point it comes up as like a, you know, previously on Dragon Ball Z I said this, but meant that. Maybe, but I haven't seen that. I checked both of his Twitter accounts because apparently he's got two, and he posts like 8 times a day, and he hasn't uttered a peep about him saying to stop attacking pedophiles, that we should come together to stop attacking pedophiles. So maybe there's a chance that's what he actually believes. It's not that far-fetched. Just look at how the current administration handles everything in regards to Epstein, jumping around from lie to lie to lie about, oh, the Epstein files, they aren't real. The Epstein files, no, they were on my desk, but they're also not real. Also, there's no the new thing, there's no credible information that Epstein trafficked minors to others. There were no clients. There's no list. Also, Maxwell gets moved from a prison to a fucking summer camp, basically. So maybe Ted Cruz is just going full mask off, saying, like, all right, enough is enough. Can we stop attacking pedophiles? The Epstein files are never coming out. Like, maybe that's what was on his mind. All in all, it's a pretty interesting strategy here from old Ted Cruz. The think about the pedophiles approach. Why won't anyone think of the pedophiles' feelings? No one's considering that. Stop being mean to pedophiles. Can we all come to...
Yes, though it appears to have been a mistake, a slip of the tongue. Ted Cruz did say, let's stop attacking pedophiles during a Senate committee hearing. However, the context, his spokesman explanation indicated he meant something different, that he intended to say, let's stop pedophiles. Let's stop people who commit pedophile abuse children. Okay. You rock with Ted Cruz, I see. A little too much. I was kidding. Nick Fuentes on Charlie Kirk's love letter to Benjamin Netanyahu. Freudian slip.
Thursday Night Football on Prime.
Let's see what this love letter has to say.
What's good, guys? We're back with another reaction. Without further ado, let's get right into it.
For tonight. And we'll start with our featured
Oh
story.
shit, it's so
very similar.
Can you guys hear that?
Along a very similar
If it's too low, I'm going to change
our
it.
featured story tonight, we're talking all about the recently unveiled letter from Charlie Kirk to Benjamin Netanyahu. Now, I want to say at the outset, we don't know if this is the real letter.
Okay, I thought so too. I can barely hear it. I want to hear what he said. Okay, let me look it up. Let's see if this works. Nick Fuentes, love letter, Kirk. Nope. Nick Fuentes, space, Kirk. Oh God, Kirk. Love. Oh God. Okay, here you go. Love. Letter. Oh God, fucking goddamn controller. There we go. All right. Charlie Kirk was a nemesis. Needs to know. I'm not seeing anything that's giving me that. Nick Fuentes calls. I saw it on my algorithm, but I didn't really click it. Damn. Let's see if I can find it back over here. Nope. Where's it at? I'm trying to find something that's along the lines. Oh, here it is.
It's the black guy in the corner. But they'd rather see
yeah, my PS5 is Jewish.
They say I'm stealing Nick's clips like I'm stealing Nick's
Yo, the PS5 is a traitor.
Nick, I could post here while you post there.
I'm gonna take a piss.
Let's run the ads up, then let's meet up over there.
I do want to get into our news actually for tonight, and we'll start with our featured story. Very similar, along a very similar line of argument here. Our featured story tonight, we're talking all about the recently unveiled letter from Charlie Kirk to Benjamin Netanyahu. Now, I want to say at the outset, we don't know if this is the real letter. Okay? Full disclosure. We are being told by the New York Post that they have obtained the letter. We don't know where they got it from. There is no date on the letter, but it is being presented to us as the letter. Now, if anybody is aware of the existence of a different letter, like Candace Owens, then she should contribute the information that is relevant to the public discourse. But until or unless that happens, this is what we have to work with. And we have no reason necessarily to believe that this is a phony letter. If the letter is phony, clearly Candace Owens has a copy of it because she said that if the letter is misrepresented, that she would come out and say something. So I would encourage her to come forward with her version of it if such a thing exists. Unless that happens or until that happens, this is what we have to go by. And what letter am I talking about? Well, about 3 weeks ago, after the assassination of Charlie Kirk, of course, the Prime Minister of Israel, Benjamin Netanyahu, went on television and to support his claim that Charlie Kirk was a supporter of Israel until he died, something which is being questioned, something which has been scrutinized over the past several weeks, Netanyahu held up a physical copy of a letter which Charlie Kirk allegedly sent to Netanyahu in May. And he said, Charlie Kirk sent me a letter and I invited him to Israel. And he said this to prove that Charlie Kirk remained a supporter of Israel until his death. Ever since Charlie Kirk died, people online, people like Tucker Carlson, Max Blumenthal, Candace Owens in particular, have insinuated that they are aware of some private epiphany that although Charlie Kirk supported Israel his entire life, his entire professional career, publicly until his death, they claim that privately Charlie Kirk was evolving on the issue. They claim that Charlie's Jewish pro-Israel donors were furious with him. There was tension, maybe outright hostility. They believed that he was anti-Semitic. They believed that he wasn't doing enough to support Israel. Charlie Kirk was clearly frustrated by those accusations. He maintained that he is pro-Israel, but that because he was insufficiently pro-Israel, in other words, he wasn't pro-Israel enough, that they were very aggressive towards him, which he did not like, and he felt that they were ungrateful for his prior support. So this is the narrative, of course, that's been going around. And for that reason, people are implicating Israel in his assassination. The narrative goes something like this. They say that Charlie Kirk was becoming one of the most powerful conservatives in America. And he was empowered in that way by pro-Israel Jewish donors. They lavished his organization, Turning Point, with millions of dollars.
50 million, right?
And they frequently collaborated on birthright trips, sponsored trips to Israel, and Turning Point USA, as well as Charlie Kirk.
Hey, let's all just go to
extremely
fucking
publicly
Israel.
Pro-Israel and vocally pro-Israel in conservative politics. The argument goes that in the aftermath of Israel's war in Gaza, their push for America to enter the war in Iran, the disclosure on Jeffrey Epstein and his involvement with Israeli intelligence, that Charlie Kirk was beginning to change his mind. And the argument goes that Israel was so threatened by the prospect that such a powerful person, formerly a client of theirs, would turn against them, that they had to eliminate him.
Turning Point.
He would pose too great of a threat. Running the youth organization for the right wing, being a potential presidential candidate, having the ear of Trump, and of course seeing it as a great betrayal of his former patrons. They said it was unacceptable to let him continue living, so they publicly executed him, not only to silence him, but also to send a message to everybody else and chill any Israel critical speech on the right wing. That's the argument. Now, Benjamin Netanyahu came out very quickly and said, that's not true because I have this letter. The same day, Candace Owens, who is a proponent of that aforementioned theory, Candace Owens came out and said Netanyahu is misrepresenting the letter. He claims the letter indicates that Charlie Kirk was pro-Israel, that it was a friendly letter, that it expressed support, that the sentiment of the letter was pro-Israel. Candace implies that Netanyahu is misrepresenting the actual substance or tone of the letter and is completely distorting the sentiment or the meaning of it. She seemed to imply that the letter was critical of Israel or anti-Israel, or maybe foreshadowing that Charlie Kirk would one day turn on Israel. So, after Netanyahu held up the letter, she said, if you keep saying that, I will reveal the letter. Well, she never did. It's been 3 weeks. She has not shown us the letter. She has not told us anything in it. She has not told us the contents of the letter, the tone of the letter. She has not given us a copy of it. She has confirmed its existence. The existence of such a letter is not in dispute, but we have gotten nothing from her. So that leads us to believe that either she was lying and does not actually have the letter, or she is withholding the letter for some reason. I can't imagine why. If the letter contained evidence that Charlie Kirk was turning against Israel, then surely that would be relevant and of extreme public import, because that would be written, hard evidence that Charlie Kirk was against Israel, and that would give us some evidence as to a motive of why the Israeli government might want to take him out. So either she never had it and she lied, and all she knew about the letter was hearsay, and she exaggerated what she knew about it, but either didn't have it or maybe didn't exactly know what was in it, and that's why she falsely called Netanyahu a liar, or she's withholding it for some reason, in which case I would say, and I reiterate, I don't know why people are telling me I'm covering things up. I'm doing the opposite. I want to put the pressure on Candace Owens. Give us all of the evidence that you have. If Israel killed Charlie Kirk, then, we need to go to war with Israel.
Right.
If a foreign government assassinated a powerful American on U.S. soil because he opposed America's entry into their war, everyone needs to know that. The public needs to know that. The government needs to know that. And if the government is engaged in a cover-up, then the public needs to know to expose the cover-up. So I am once again reiterating, I implore Candace Owens, if you have a copy of the letter, a different version of the letter.
We need the letter.
Or maybe it's this letter. You have to release it immediately because the public will move on from this.
I want to see what's in that
The
letter.
further we get from the assassination, the less public interest, the less public pressure. And if there is some cover-up, the more they will be able to cover up their tracks or produce misinformation or disinformation. So if you have a copy of the letter, which is not this letter, then you have to release it. We need to see it. I need to see it. The public needs to see it. The world needs to see it. Now, with that being said, today, the New York Post released what they are claiming is the letter. We have no reason to believe that this is some fabrication.
Nick lost my vote.
From reading it, it sounds like Charlie Kirk. It sounds like it would be hard to forge this. There are certain details in the letter, the tone of the letter. It's sort of a strange tone if it was a fabrication. What's more, the New York Post is a pro-Israel publication.
Right.
If Netanyahu has a copy of the letter, then surely, and if it exonerates him, it would find its way in the front page of the New York Post. If there's a different version of it, then Candace can really blow the lid on the whole thing.
Dude, that'd be great.
If they are putting out a false version of the letter, and they know that other people have it, someone like Candace Owens, then this would be really shooting themselves in the foot. Because if an alternative version of the letter were produced, and it made them out to be liars, then it would not only prove that they had a motive to kill Charlie Kirk, it would actually prove that they're fabricating evidence for their cover-up. So if they produced a fabricated letter, knowing that Candace has the real one, I think that would backfire. That would be shooting themselves in the foot tremendously. It would be easily disprovable and catastrophically such. Not only would it destroy their credibility, but it would actually prove they're covering it up. So anyway, those are my qualifications for what we're about to talk about, because it is important when we talk about the evidence. You know, we have to talk about how we acquired the evidence and where it comes from and the logic behind it. Like I said, the New York Post published the letter in full. It is 7 pages. It is dated from early May 2025. It is a letter from Charlie Kirk to Bibi Netanyahu. This is what the New York Post says about the letter. It says, quote, Charlie Kirk wrote to Netanyahu in this May 2nd missive that he was alarmed by anti-Israel and anti-Semitic trends hitting record levels on social media, because one of his greatest joys as a Christian is advocating for Israel and forming alliances with Jews in the fight to protect Judeo-Christian civilization. It says Netanyahu first mentioned the letter in a September 18th video address 8 days after Charlie Kirk was shot and killed to dispute monstrous falsehoods that Israel was somehow behind the killing. Right-wing pundit Candace Owens and others have claimed that Kirk was being blackmailed into making firm defenses of Israel in public while privately questioning U.S. support for the Jewish state. Bill Ackman later published private text messages disputing that characterization. And by the way, those text messages have not been disputed. As far as we are aware, those are real. Now, this is the letter. I'm going to read it to you. I took some liberties with it. You can find the entire thing. It's on the New York Post website, and multiple people have tweeted it. But I will read to you the most important parts. I kept most of it in here. I'm going to read to you most of the letter.
All right, let's hear it.
This is Charlie Kirk to Benjamin Netanyahu on May 2nd, 2025. He writes, "One of my greatest joys as a Christian is advocating for Israel and forming alliances with Jews in the fight to protect Judeo-Christian civilization. Most recently, I am proud to have taken over Ambassador Huckabee's show on TBN, where we continually support Israel and the Jewish people. As Mohammedanism spreads into Western societies, it is critical that Jews and Christians stay united in the effort to contain and roll back radical Islam and Sharia law. I regret to report that anti-Israel and anti-Semitic trends are at record levels on social media. My team and I have spent months analyzing these trends and debating ideas that could help you and your country push back against these disturbing developments. Anti-Israel sentiment can undermine American support for Israel. Wouldn't want to do that. The purpose of this letter is to lay out our concerns and outline potential remedies. Everything written here is from a place of deep love for Israel and the Jewish people. I think it's important to be brutally honest with those you love. It's tough love. In my opinion, Israel is losing the information war and needs a communications intervention. I started to compose this letter to you on Easter. I should have been focused on my family, but I was getting bombarded with messages about the Israeli army, making it difficult for Christians to access church in Jerusalem on Easter.
Prop 50 is a political power grab, wasting about $300 million of our tax dollars.
That money could pay for 4,800 new teachers, 2,000 more cops, or 4,000 more firefighters.
Vote no on Prop 50.
Where does a gummy surprise come from?
Open it.
My Devotion by Dolce & Gabbana, the new Eau de Parfum Intense.
The hoe get it.
At the time, I did not see any official statements pushing back on this
That's
narrative.
a true American
it was
ad right
frustrating
there, brother.
because pro-Israel surrogates like me, pro-Israel surrogate, by the way, should not be in charge of fact-checking every piece of anti-Israel misinformation that pours onto social media. And it wasn't just Easter. On my recent campus tours, half the questions I get are about Israel, and they're all negative. I often spend half my time on these campus tours defending Jews in Israel, which I'm proud to do because I love Israel and love the Jewish faith. I spent endless hours with Dennis Prager over the years studying the Torah. Sometimes it feels like I'm defending Israel in public more than your own government. I'm accused of being a paid apologist for Israel when I defend her. However, if I don't defend Israel strongly enough, I'm accused of being anti-Semitic. I know you've got a 7-front war, and my...
So wait, are you saying the Prop 50 is Canadian, or which one? The one about the refunding one? Prop 50? For Canada? About the where the money could be used. Oh yeah. The leftist wing, right? They're on all sides. They're on all areas. They use the same message.
Kvetching pales in comparison. Kvetching is Yiddish for complaining. But I'm trying to convey to you that Israel is losing support even in conservative circles. This should be a 5-alarm fire. I've often asked myself, why is Israel killing so many I'm often asked, why is Israel killing so many innocent civilians in Gaza? I know Israel goes to great lengths by dropping flyers and even calling civilians to clear out areas about to be bombed. I know Israel posts maps showing which areas should be evacuated. I know that Hamas uses civilians as human shields. But 90% of the younger generations get their news from social media and podcasts. And there's very little pushback for fact-checking by the Israeli government and or pro-Israel supporters in the media. I strongly suggest Israel not always depend on subcontracting their information war to surrogates in America. Mr. Prime Minister, I urge you to revamp your information warfare from top to bottom. Sometimes the impression is given that Israel thinks everyone hates them, so why care about winning over hearts and minds? If there's truth to this impression, I urge you to consider that social media and podcasts is where you fight for the hearts and minds of the younger generation. Obviously, all this negative Israel propaganda on social media translates into pro-Hamas, free Palestine sentiment on many campuses. Here are some unsolicited recommendations my team and I suggest if you're open-minded to a communications reset. 1. For starters, you need a rapid response media team. President Trump does this very effectively. You are an eloquent defender of Israel, but you need a team of information warriors pushing back every day in real time. When you don't push back, anti-Semitism and anti-Israel propaganda fills the void. A pro-Israel friend recently asked me, do Israelis even care how the world perceives their country? 2, I strongly recommend putting together a team of pro-Israel experts who can fact-check misinformation in real time for Israel. Israel needs to take the lead.
Fact-check,
No
huh?
more dependence on subcontractors. Israel never asked for American troops because Israel does its own fighting. Is that so?
Yeah.
I suggest
Yeah,
the same
right.
approach for the information war. You lead and people like me will follow and provide supplemental support. If you're open to revamping your communication strategy, my team and I will assist. 3, you need something perhaps like an Israel Truth Network, or ITN, which can include social media channels and a one-stop source of information website where, for example, all the negative Israel questions I get can be debunked. I would love to refer students to such a website.
Oh my
This
God.
website could be a conduit to groups
propaganda
like
website?
Hillel
Let's
and Jewish
go.
educators like Dennis Prager. There could be links to books, podcasts, media personalities, and pro-Israel thought leaders. The website can be a place where Judeo-Christian leaders and groups can share information and form closer alliances in the fight against Islamic fundamentalism. The Israel Truth Network social media can post pro-Israel, pro-Judeo-Christian video clips, breaking news and articles. It could potentially be a news aggregation site for all news pertaining to Israel and Judeo-Christian efforts to preserve Western civilization.
Oh, the new app, bro. The
Have
new
you
Israel
ever
app?
considered inviting some of the released Israeli hostages to go on a speaking tour in the United States?
Hey, you guys getting
This
the
could be
new
very
Jew app?
effective. We're like halfway through the letter, by the
Oh
way.
my God, dude, this is so bad. The Jew app.
This is who Max Blumenthal and Candace Owens want us to believe was the second coming of Hitler. Israel needed to kill this guy because he was about to blow the lid on the whole operation. They couldn't bribe
Hey, you're not
him,
wrong. You're
couldn't
not wrong.
blackmail him, couldn't negotiate with him. He had to be eliminated. He had to go because he was too out of control. This is the guy. Halfway. The article goes on.
The article goes on.
You need a one-stop shopping resource where Israel's platform and beliefs can be spelled out. I know it's common to think social media is a waste of time, but TikTok algorithms, have changed. I have increased my followers on TikTok from 1 million to 6 million in the last year. There's that number again. We get billions of views on TikTok. My campus tour last fall received 5 billion impressions. Elon Musk is a friend to Israel, so X offers a great opportunity to make inroads on social media. Israel should not sit back and allow its enemies to define her. A recent Pew Research poll showed 53% of Americans have an unfavorable view of Israel. U.S. support for Israel is precarious. A new media strategy is urgently needed. I understand social media as well as anyone in the world. That's certainly true. From my vantage point, Israel has retreated from social media without a fight. How are you going to win over younger generations if you're starting out in retreat? Mr. Prime Minister, stop this retreat. Get in the information war fight. The front lines of this information war are on social media. Other than a few guerrilla warfare operations, there's little Israel-created content. Is that even true?
Nah.
I saw Israel has increased its Hasbara budget by 20 times, which is great news. There's great news. There's also hundreds of millions of dollars raised by private pro-Israel groups. Some of this money should be directed into creating pro-Israel original content. Next, promote this content on Israel-operated social media channels and websites. Use the funds to start the Israel Truth Network. To sum up, you should consider reshaping your Hasbara department into a political campaign headquarters with narrative experts. Hasbara could be the mothership hosting Israel Truth Network, where the messaging campaign can be created and distributed to pro-Israel groups and thought leaders. Israel is the Silicon Valley of the Middle East. Israel has an abundance of brain power and technological expertise. The question is whether Israel has the willpower to step up its game. From my vantage point, the status quo is not working. Israel is getting crushed on social media, and you are losing younger generations of Americans. In my opinion, you are losing the information war, which will translate into less political and military support from America. The Holy Land is so important to my life. and it pains me to see support for Israel slip away. Contact me on my private number below if you'd like to discuss this further. Okay. So that was Charlie Kirk's letter, allegedly, to Prime Minister Netanyahu. Now, if the letter is fake,
That's
then
a
Candace
wild letter,
Owens,
bro.
please tell us. Candace Owens, if you can hear us, please. If the letter is fake, then tell us. But we are going to have to assume that if Candace Owens goes live tomorrow and she does not give us an alternative letter, or if she does not dispute the accuracy or the legitimacy of this letter, we're going to have to assume this is real. This is a pretty unambiguous message. And it pretty unambiguously says and indicates that Charlie Kirk supported Israel until the day that he died. This is consistent with other evidence that has surfaced in the past several weeks. If the New York Post is claiming this is the letter, then this kind of seals the deal that probably Charlie Kirk did not have an epiphany on Israel if this is what he was writing. If this is real and these were his thoughts and this was his real idea, very clearly he was not breaking with Israel in any meaningful way, obviously. So I'm going to assume that if she does not come out tomorrow, she or Blumenthal or Tucker or any of them, if the veracity of this letter is not disputed within 24 hours, we're going to have to assume that's because they can't dispute it. They won't dispute it because it is real. Now, if the letter is real, what does this tell us about Charlie Kirk? It tells us that Charlie Kirk was the same person on September 10th that he was on September 9th, that he was on May 2nd, that he was in 2019 and before that.
Nick's in on it?
To the extent that he was publicly
Nick didn't
chafing
like
with some
Kirk,
of his
dude.
pro-Israel donors. Why is that? It is because in the past 2 years, the entire world has awakened to the evil doings of Israel. The whole world, and especially the younger generation.
He sold out. He still don't like he still don't like the Zionists. Nick still doesn't like them. He doesn't like Kirk and the Zionists. Don't forget that video of Bebe. What video? Don't forget that video of Bibi. Which video? Was there another video that we had? Which video are you talking about? When he was with Trump? The one we watched yesterday?
What is Charlie Kirk's profession? Charlie Kirk runs the largest conservative campus organization in the country.
Oh, yeah.
Charlie Kirk, as the face of that organization, is on the front lines.
They got
he
Nick's
has
number.
to go to 100 campuses every year. And beyond...
If I ever see Nick going for Israel, like if he ever like says, "Oh, Israel's okay," then you know he's paid off. But he still doesn't like Israel, saying essentially infiltrate TikTok and all that. Yeah. X, all that. Yeah. Yeah. If Nick is infiltrated, bro, get that money while you can, brother. We're all going down.
That has to go to major conventions and dinners and fundraisers and events with the leadership of his organization, who are college-aged students. He has to be on the front
Not me
lines
and Becca.
facing the younger generation
Maybe you
that
and
is
Nick.
awakened on
Definitely
Israel.
me.
And what do you think they're talking
As soon
about?
as I
What
get
do you
a
think
paycheck,
they're
I'm
asking
done.
about? When Charlie Kirk
I'm out.
goes and interfaces with the younger generation, as he writes in this letter, and as you can assume even without it, he is being asked about Israel. And it's always been like this, but it's especially been like this in the past couple years. Students are coming to his events, and as he claims in the letter, half the questions he's asked are about Israel. Now, as we know, Charlie Kirk and Turning Point USA, like all of Con Inc., is pro-Israel. Daily Wire, Fox News, The Blaze, the Republican Party, the Trump administration, these are all pro-Israel institutions. Turning Point is no different. And Turning Point is part of the same constellation. Turning Point works with all of those. There is cross-contamination and overlap with all of them. It is part and parcel of the conservative movement. The difference between Charlie Kirk and the rest of them is because of Charlie Kirk's role, he actually has to face the young people in a way that Fox News hosts do not, in a way that The Blaze, PragerU, Daily Wire does not. None of them interface with the young people as much as Charlie Kirk. So was Charlie Kirk turning against Israel?
Yep.
Or was
I don't
Charlie
like the leaders,
Kirk
but I like the people.
conveying
It's tough.
to the
What is real?
Israelis
Is
that they
Israel
have a
even
crisis
real?
with the young people?
I've never even
was
seen it.
Charlie Kirk
It
being
must be
made
a realm.
uncomfortable that, look,
It mustn't be
the
real.
Zionist donors want him to peddle this propaganda. And they get to do that from their mansions in Beverly Hills, their mansions in South Florida, their mansions wherever they reside. But Charlie Kirk is the one that actually has to step into the arena. And when you've got former soldiers, when you've got veterans, when you've got 20-year-olds with MAGA hats and rosaries coming up one after the other and saying, do you support genocide? Do you support Israel controlling
Give me
America?
that money.
Charlie Kirk is made uncomfortable. He's going to his donors and saying, hey, man, I can't be expected to do all the heavy lifting. I'm getting killed out here, you know, and I don't say that to be funny or glib, but, you know, you understand the expression. It's tough out here. I'm on the front lines interfacing with these kids. You're losing the battle. Nobody likes you. I got to peddle this nonsense. So can you help me? Point being, was Charlie Kirk having a legitimate change of heart? Was he a good faith actor who loves America, was changing his mind, grappling with the donors and fear for his life, trying to do the right thing? Or is he a patron, or rather a client of the donors, being forced to sell crap and being frustrated about it, wearing his ass on his head, and sending to Netanyahu a letter saying, look, man, I love you. I love Israel. I support Israel. I want America to support Israel. But you got to help me. You got to meet me halfway because, look, you're losing the battle. And if you're losing the battle, I don't want to go down with the sinking ship. Now, here's why the timeline matters. This letter was sent on May 2nd. A week later, Charlie Kirk reached out to Bill Ackman himself. Charlie Kirk texted the pro-Israel, liberal Democrat, Jewish billionaire Bill Ackman from Wall Street. And Charlie Kirk initiated a dialogue and said, we should do something. And they together planned an influencer retreat in August, which was the subject of all this acrimony. Charlie Kirk made the guest list, invited the attendees, created the schedule, organized it at a hotel, invited many pro-Israel influencers. They debated about Israel, and then they all went to Israel on a sponsored trip. That was a turning point event. Now, in the context of this letter, does that not make sense? That Charlie Kirk was negotiating with the Zionist lobby, telling them, listen, I'm a partner. I want to help you, but you're losing the information battle. I have to defend this. If I don't defend absolutely everything, you're attacking me. I'm trying to be part of the solution. So Charlie Kirk is reaching out to Jewish billionaires and saying, let's make an influencer retreat and let's train them in Hasbara talking points.
Yeah, how do you fucking...
Because that's who was invited. Xavier DeRusso, who was unloading cringe pro-Israel content, he was at that Hamptons retreat organized by Turning Point. He was sent to Israel in the weeks after that retreat.
Right. Okay, I got you.
Is that not consistent with what's in the letter? Is that not consistent
It
with
is
the
pretty
texts
consistent. He's not lying.
that Charlie Kirk exchanged with Bill Ackman, which we've now seen? Is that not consistent with Charlie Kirk's entire career?
I mean, he's not wrong. It is consistent. But it was up until the later part, right? When he refused the money. This is like the last 2 weeks. Up until the last 2 weeks, he was consistent. And Nick is saying, yeah, he's been consistent. But the last 2 weeks is what we're talking about. When Candace is like, yo, he's having a change of heart. Or something like that. So whether he didn't change of heart. Okay, let's say he did have a change of heart. and let's say TPUSA is in on it, just like Candace Owens says, you know, if she'll expose that. And let's go with Nick's route. He's not consistent. He's not turning on them. He just got shot. And TPA USA is in on it still. It still could be, two things could be right. That he just wasn't moving fast enough or something like that. So we'll see what happens with Nick, and we'll see what happens with Candace, and we'll see what happens with TPUSA.
It's like all of you forgot who he was. Did he deserve to be killed? No. Is it tragic that he died? Absolutely. Was he a hard worker? Sure, certainly. But let's not forget who he was. Let's not forget what Turning Point USA was. Let's not forget what that whole operation is about. Lest we forget, the Trump administration, as Bibi Netanyahu said today, is the most pro-Israel government in history, and it's not even close. Those words came out of the Prime Minister's mouth this afternoon. The Trump administration is the most pro-Israel administration in history, and it isn't even close. And what was Charlie Kirk's role? He was the head of Students for Trump in 2020 and 2024. He was close to everyone in the administration. He was the administration's biggest cheerleader. And they had all the same donors. There was virtually zero daylight between the Trump administration and Turning Point USA. Zero zip. And Trump has always been that way, and Turning Point has always been that way. The only difference is that Charlie Kirk was a bit more of a shrewd strategist, and he actually had to go and face the music. Charlie Kirk going out day in, day out, he was not immune from the reality, which he did not create, which he did not lead. The reality that millions of people are waking up on Israel. And he's coming to campus defending it regardless, and it made him uncomfortable that it was hurting his brand. He reaches out to Netanyahu and says, listen, man, I'm losing this debate. It's an unwinnable debate. You got to help me. Does that represent a change of heart? Absolutely not. Do you know what the real predicament that we are in actually is? It's not that Israel does not have a more competent information warfare program against America. That, as articulated by Charlie Kirk, that's not the problem. Let me tell you the problem. The problem is that Israel is genociding Palestinians and then sending them here. The problem is that Israel is dragging us into a war in Iran. The problem is that by defending Israel's conduct in all of this, we are losing reputation around the world. The problem is this arrangement is guaranteed by an Israeli influence operation on our soil. The problem is they are able to have that because we have dual loyalist Jewish billionaires that were born in America that are more loyal to Israel than the United States. The problem is we have tolerated this because we're an open society. That in a nutshell is the problem. Now, if you're somebody like Donald Trump or Charlie Kirk or Matt Walsh or any of these people, there is no excuse to not be aware of it at this point. I'm hard-pressed to believe they don't see that. And if you know this is happening, it's your obligation to fight against it. The president has the power to stop Israel. These commentators have the power to change the conversation. It matters very little if in 2025 you're having a private change of heart that you're telling nobody about. What is the excuse? If Charlie Kirk is writing a letter to the Prime Minister of Israel begging him to assault Americans with foreign propaganda, do you think that's like a good position to have? Glorious Prime Minister.
He's talking shit on Kirk's name right now.
Many blessings upon
I'm
Israel
telling you,
and the
he does
Jews.
not like Kirk.
I proudly gladly defend you every day, but I beg you to assault my
that's
country
consistent with Nick.
foreign propaganda more effectively. Does that sound like foreshadowing a radical reversal on Israel? In his infamous interview with Megyn Kelly in August, where he said that he was tired of being called an anti-Semite, did Charlie Kirk say, I'm done supporting Israel? Did he say, I criticize Israel? His words exactly were, if I keep getting called an anti-Semite, you're never going to lose me, he said, but you're going to dampen and deflate your biggest warriors. That was from August. That's the interview where everybody said he was red-pilled. In May, he's begging Netanyahu, please do a better job raping my country with pro-Israel propaganda. In July, he's hosting a focus group. Well, we could criticize Netanyahu, but, we don't support Hamas. We all still love Israel. And maybe we could agree not to talk about it anymore, right? In August, if you keep calling me an anti-Semite, well, you're not going to lose me, but I'll be a deflated warrior for Israel. It's very clear what was going on here. And the letter just makes it unambiguous. Every single argument that has been made about Charlie Kirk turning on Israel has basically just been exposed. And the only reason people say you're arguing so hard in defense, it's because it is simply not true. It just is not true. And what I think the GOP is doing is they're trying now to bring the Israel critical side into support for the GOP, pretending that Charlie Kirk was some kind of secret martyr for the anti-Israel cause, when in fact he was not. Every aspect of this theory, from they said Bill Ackman intimidated him, screamed at him, blackmailed him. We saw the text messages. Charlie set up that event. They said Netanyahu offered him a $150 million bribe. They came out and said, no one ever said that. It wasn't $150 million. Might have been $2 million. Okay, well, that's a big difference. They said he's lying about the letter. In his letter, he was really going hard on Netanyahu. Okay, did you read the letter? Glorious Prime Minister, please, you're losing the information war. Get better at Hezbollah. I mean, come on now. So I am open to any counter argument. I am open to all evidence.
I'm glad we watched it.
If this is not the letter, please show me the real letter.
Yeah, we need some.
If this is not the letter, please tell me this is not the real letter.
Jeez.
And I'm willing to investigate that. I'm curious where the letter came from. I'm curious what the source is from the New York Post. But I have no reason to believe it isn't real. It's consistent with the rest of what they've produced.
Shit.
Which has not been disputed by the people pushing this theory that there was some sort of turn in the works, or that he had to be eliminated because he could not be intimidated or influenced. It just is not true. And now we have the letter. So this past 3 weeks has felt like Bizarro World, the way that people are lionizing Charlie Kirk as though he was a martyr going up against Israeli influence in America, when we all knew on September 9th, on the morning of September 10th, we knew what he was. We knew what he was about. We knew his positions. We were set in opposition to him.
Nick sus
and then
as
it's
fuck.
like he got shot. Tragic.
Are you saying that it was definitely Israel? Is that what you're telling me, Resident? It was Nick.
Because it was.
It was definitely
And
Nick.
Everybody turned upside down, and it turned into he was. I mean, you don't even know what they're comparing him to, like a Pat Buchanan-esque figure, like he was
going down the rabbit hole,
taken out in defense of America.
Train's next stop. Choo choo. The rabbit hole. Nick was on it with the goth girls.
Against Israeli influence. It is the most strange,
Your favorite stop.
Case of
the
mass
rabbit hole.
hysteria I've ever seen. And I don't even necessarily think
The
it's a
loony
bad thing
bin.
that was everybody's gut reaction. I said this on my show last week. At this point, I don't necessarily think it's a negative sign that everybody's first instinct was to blame Israel, even though it wasn't true.
Not a negative sign,
I
though.
think that's maybe a healthy correction because, of course, before, you could never implicate Israel in anything, and they were blameless, and they were the eternal victim. So
he's not wrong. He's like saying, yeah, Israel was our first on our mind. He's like, that's actually a good thing, but we need to check it a little bit. But yeah, that's a good thing. That's
maybe
a good
this
instinct.
is like a healthy corrective.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But it's been 3 weeks. Now we can be honest. The guy was not about to turn, and this letter proves it. So, last thing I'll say, once again, reiterating, if anybody, and for those that say it's a fake letter.
He's not wrong. He's not right. He's just Nick. Yeah, that makes sense.
Why are you pushing this Israeli
That's
propaganda?
funny.
If someone has the real letter or knows this is a forgery, please tell us that information. Share with us the proof. Because this would be an extraordinary cover-up if they forged a letter. And wow, what a bold forgery it would be for it to contain such pro-Israel sentiment if apparently the letter contains something to the contrary. So we're still waiting on that. I'm sitting here. It's been 3 weeks. And we've heard from Max Blumenthal, Tucker Carlson, Candace Owens. There's all this evidence that he was being blackmailed, bribed. He couldn't be controlled. He had this letter. And every passing day, this narrative is just getting blown up, and it's making those people lose credibility. And I'm just starting to question what they were trying to do with that. What was...
Let's say Candace is wrong about the letter, but the one thing that Candace is still on that I'm feeling that she's still about and right about is Tyler Robinson is not the shooter. I'm still like, this guy is not the killer. And she's proving that more to me than the Israel thing. So if he's not the killer, who is? That's what we got to figure out. Nick's looking at you. He's looking squinty at me. He's like, what the fuck? He's looking squinty as hell.
The plan there. I don't even get it.
Said, what the fuck
Kirk
is that?
was their top goy. What do we gain by pretending that he was anything other than that? He was Israel's top goy right up until the morning that he died when he was practicing Hasbara with his rabbi, not making it up. That's real. When he was interviewing Ben Shapiro the day before.
Yeah.
I don't even know what the point of that would be to pretend otherwise.
Let's just say Nick is correct in saying that Kirk is, the perfect surrogate for the Israeli news propaganda tool. That's totally fine. But I feel like Tyler Robinson did not kill him. He's looking at me again. He's always looking at me, bro. I'm too pretty. But I feel like Candace is on their ass of who's killed him. That's what she wants to find out.
So anyway, that's that. But I do want to move on. I want to get into, we might have to save it for tomorrow. We're already an hour and a half into the show. We might have to save the Israeli peace plan for tomorrow because we're just out of time, and it's a huge subject. I want to do it justice. So I might save.
That's when Bibi's going to go bombing, taking American troops and send them over there. Hopefully he gets Canada involved into the Israeli war. Hey, is Canada friends with Israel? Resident, is Canada friends with Israel? No, I volunteer Resident Evil to go to Gaza. Defend the motherland. I'm just kidding, bro. Don't go there. I need you here. I need you here. All right, guys. I'm going to play some Marvel Rivals to end this stream. Probably like 2 hours of Marvel Rivals because I haven't been playing in a minute. We be running with the sticks. Yeah, the fucking the wood sticks, bro. You're not allowed to touch a gun still. What are you talking about? Shit. They're not gonna give you a gun, bro. They're gonna give you a fucking stick. Shake it at fucking Gaza. That's what the sticks are for. The fuck. They're gonna give you a shank. He's like, you take this and you go kill some fucking Hamas. I didn't say gun. I said stick. You did. You're right. You're right. You're right. Give me the stick. Oh man, that was crazy. That was a crazy day, dude. This was a crazy day. Are you kidding me? Can't use a knife. That's dangerous. I'll give you a baseball. Are you nuts, dude? How crazy was today's stream? We're going left. We're going right. I didn't know which way to turn. I was like, whoa, where are we going now? Where are we going now? That was a pretty good. That was fun. The news section was fun. I know it's fucked up. I know it's fucked up. A fucked up situation, but it is fun. It's like a Blue's Clues. It's like a unsolved mystery. We all gotta go and find Mr. Jenkins, figure out who the killer is, and unmask him. We're on this journey together, guys. It's great. It's fun. It's a fun situation to be in. We playing Clue. We playing Clue with delegates. We playing Clue with congressmen. Was it you? Was it the Jew? Or was it the Goy? Now we have a new suspect, right? Tactical gear with a helmet, mask. What else did they have? All black. Like, dude, that's a whole new person.
I'm not anyone's sidekick.
That's insane.
Best done alone.
The two, you can see two guys pointing at them in the video. They're like this, pointing at the guy that's shooting, and it's not even the direction where Tyler was at, or whoever that guy is. Not even Tyler. Whoever that guy's on the roof is. Nasty work. Nasty work this cover-up is, bro.
Weapons keep getting better, but it's still the person behind them that matters most.
Stay strong.
Oh, do we go right away? Oh, we can leave.
I am happy you are here, Susan.
Later, my goy. I didn't say you could leave, bro. You gotta watch me play, bro. No, you gotta watch me play now. You gotta stick around for a video game. I gave you high quality content. I don't dare you would play video games.
3, 2,
I didn't say you would play video games.
You have to stop them from securing the mission.
Now
area.
dance, monkey, dance. I can't dance in the game, but here's me dancing in the game.
Together. I require some aid. Invisible?
Noel's followers are the together. That's what I needed.
Squirrels versus fighters. I got your back.
We're done here.
All eyes over here. Tiny robot spiders, look out!
Glad to knock that grin off your shiny face, Stark. Here they come. You're up. Much better. Behind you, my friend.
Got him. Got that motherfucker. I'm gonna head out. It's late. Alright, sounds good, Becca. Thanks for kicking it.
That's what I needed.
This is real fire!
Power down their amplifier.
Maximum pulse.
Oh, I fucking died.
Armed and dangerous. Maximum pulse. Pulse cannon.
Been knocked down before. Doesn't last.
You need to stop that vehicle in its tracks.
Let's go.
I don't think that's welcoming.
Better stop that vehicle.
That's what I need.
Better watch your back.
Shame it had to end this way, Steve. Robot spiders? What the hell?
Stop them!
Oof, almost got his ass.
You thought I was gone for good?
Don't let them through. Tippy Toe spotted back up. Another fearsome foe. The legions of hell are beyond counting.
I have many.
That's what I need.
Behind you. You needed some help.
Robot spiders?
Armed and dangerous.
Oh, man.
Armed and dangerous.
Where's the rest of my team?
You thought I was gone for good?
Maximum pulse. Your powers are mine. Maximum pulse.
Friends are here! There's still a chance to stop them.
Rise, my friend.
About time I got a shield.
Ew, spider robot. The spider rock's missile. Better stop that vehicle. They hit a checkpoint. Now might be a good time to stop them.
We're done here.
That's better.
I always come back.
Better stop that vehicle. It's now or never. Stop them. Don't give them another inch, or else.
Nothing personal.
Charge. Fire.
It's spider time!
Armed and dangerous.
My friends
I always come back.
Like a tracking bomb.
Anyone willing to help?
Not so fast! That's what I need.
I've got you covered.
Now I have to feed her squirrels. Enemies on approach.
Got one.
You stop them in their tracks. This place is worth a good look. Enemy located. Only 60 seconds left.
One down.
Assemble!
You want to protect your rear.
You're up! Watch out, these fighters detonate. Nest is neutralized. That's what I needed. That was brutal, Frank.
Down to 30 seconds.
Enemies on approach.
Your powers are mine! Judge, jury, executioner!
Shields up. You stop them in their tracks. The final 10 seconds. You'll have to keep fighting until we have a winner.
Armed and dangerous! No mercy. Again!
Woo!
Another epic victory.
Did we just win? Hell yeah. That was crazy. Wow. That was a hard game. That was a good game. Holy shit. I was locked in. That was a good game right there. Whew. That was work. Damn, no one was here to see it too. See? Let's go, let's go.
You'll need a top-notch team to win this one.
I'm not anyone's sidekick. What I do is best done alone.
Before you attack, get ready.
This is not how I was expecting this day to play out. Never a dull moment for our crew, eh, Quill? I just hope we can get this wrapped up soon. You know, I have plans. You made a plan. I guess there's a first time for everything.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ready to capture the available area and extract some goodies? Let's go!
Man, this place makes my skin crawl
resources. You've got competition. Clear the enemies to extract more resources.
Back in action.
Our foes have found us. Goodbye.
On your six. That's what I need.
Ready to rumble, baby.
We make a good team. Right behind you.
Looks like resources are running low. Get ready to find another available area.
If you wish to survive, you must repair me.
Good news! You've stockpiled half the resources you need to win. You've got competition. Clear the enemies to extract more resources.
Got evil squids now. Seriously?
Oh.
Attack them!
Oh, the must.
Great
Been knocked down
job!
before.
You're loading up
Doesn't
on
last.
resources. You've got competition. Clear the enemies to extract more resources. Uh-oh! The other team is extracting those resources. Great job! You're loading up on resources.
Fuck.
Double KO!
You thought
Their
I was
ult is
gone for
crazy.
Uh-oh! The other team is extracting those resources.
Reinforcement.
It's over.
Armed and dangerous! These sea creatures are not in my team. Much better.
Great job! You're loading up on resources. You've got competition. Clear the enemies to extract
Fucking
more
man.
resources.
Can I use my fucking dash?
Invisible?
You never had a chance.
Double KO! Uh-oh!
My mission isn't
The
over
other team
yet.
is extracting those resources.
Damn, we're losing now. Fucking crazy. We were doing so good too.
Resources are nearly tapped out here, too. Sorry. Heads up! The other team is ready to rumble!
Come back here!
Get in there, guys. Come on. It's always that fucking octopus, dude.
I always come back.
Fantastic! The rumble phase is about to begin.
Much better.
Hey, more. Hey, Teeny! Enjoy the amplifier!
Disappear! Uh-oh! The other team is extracting those resources.
These things are even more heavily armed than I am. Go back to whatever's feeling better now. Thanks. Stick around!
Not good. They're getting closer to victory.
Armed and dangerous! Not today.
Great job. You're loading up on resources. Double KO. That one hurts.
Got one.
Looks like an alien, but smells like a fish.
I am Asgard's might!
Right behind you.
That's what I needed.
Rumble speed enhanced. What do I do for an encore? I found one of our We'll have to keep fighting until we have a winner.
Damn! Almost had that.
Your turn. Hits the ground. Uh-oh. The other team
I
is
always
extracting
come
those
back.
resources. Rumble speed enhanced.
Shit, it's not good. I think we're gonna lose this one.
Much better. Come back here!
Not good. They're getting closer to victory.
Oh shit! They're all right there.
Shields up.
I can't see past that.
Rumble
thought I was
speed
gone
is
for
climbing
good.
fast. They're halfway to victory. Don't let them get more resources.
And I thought Hydra had too many tentacles. Ready to do some damage. Armed and
Keep fighting until we have a winner.
Fuck.
A nice deep freeze.
Damn.
Well,
Suck.
you can't expect to win them all. The right heroes could make all the difference.
Come on.
I'm not anyone's sidekick. What I do is best done alone.
Going for Bucky Bucko. I think this will be my last game. Well, whenever 12 o'clock hits, we'll stop. 9, 10, 11, 12. Let's go.
Weapons keep getting better, but it's still the person behind them that matters most.
They'll be coming in 30 seconds. Stay strong.
You can't have my new arm, Rocket.
I'll make it worth your while, Bucky. Go on, name your price.
1 raccoon skin hat.
Yikes. I mean, technically I ain't a raccoon, but something tells me I shouldn't push my luck. I am nice view from up here.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Incoming! Ready to do some damage.
You're welcome.
You need to stop that vehicle in its tracks. Double kill!
Nothing personal.
Come back here!
War's not over, Steve. You can't stand down yet.
This is gonna hurt. You know what? Armed and it should keep us safe.
Been knocked down before. Doesn't last.
It's spider time!
This is real firepower!
There's still a chance to stop them.
About time I got a shield.
Incoming! I am ready to put on a show! Hell unleashed! Stop them in their tracks!
Who was hitting me? Oh, upstairs.
Double KO!
Been knocked down before. Doesn't last.
They hit a checkpoint. Now might be a good time to stop them.
Feeling better now. Thanks.
Fantastic!
Damn. How does he follow me? How is he still hitting me?
Been knocked down before.
He didn't even hit me.
Doesn't last.
Better stop that vehicle!
We are through.
Ready to do some damage. One down.
Double KO!
I will always lend a hand.
That's 3!
That's me.
Wow, 4 in a row!
Nothing personal.
Stop them in their tracks!
Armed and dangerous!
It's spider time!
Incoming! War's not over, Steve. You can't stand down yet. That's better. We got spider trouble. Stick around. Always glad to help, partner.
You got them all!
Whew.
I am ready to put on a show! He stopped them in their tracks!
By the eye of Agamotto!
They explode if they get...
By the
Oh, it's right
eye
behind the
of
fucking...
Agamotto!
I can't even move because of the damn fucking vehicle.
Got your back! Arm it up!
They've made it halfway! Stop them!
Robot spiders? What the hell? Not so fast! Armed and dangerous! This is real! Again! Together to victory!
There's still a chance to stop them!
A living legend indeed. They got behind you. Not my comrades.
I am Groot!
He stopped them in their tracks!
Fantastic! Ha-ha! Whoa! Ha! Ha! War's not over, Steve. You can't stand down yet. Someone scratch my back.
You got them all!
Time to hit him hard.
Only 60 seconds left. You stopped them in their tracks.
This is real firepower! By the eye of Agamotto! Armed and
Oh, fuck.
some sort of weird gun here!
Fucking aim. Let's play, Mike. I'm down. I'm almost done with this match.
I always come
I'm
back.
almost done with this match, Mike.
You'll have to keep fighting until we have a winner.
I can't believe I
You
missed that
stopped them in
ult,
their
dude. I
tracks.
fucked up so bad.
Fucking hurt!
That sucks so bad.
It's spider time! Put on a show!
Together to victory! Time to hit him hard. We make a good team. Fantastic! Ha ha! Told you to keep your paws off, Rocket. Armed and dangerous! You better get a look behind you. Nobody. Got one. Hey, Petey! better.
Hurricane incoming!
There's not too many things impressive.
Come on, baby. Oh, yeah, let's go.
Another epic victory! Big win!
All right, Mike, let's play. What a game, dude. What a game. All right, Mike, let's play. All right, where's Mikey at? Hello there, brother. How can I get my mic? Can you hear me? Mike, can you hear me? Can you hear me? I can't hear you. How do I get you on the mic? How do I get you on the mic? My mic is busted right now. Okay, no worries, no worries. No worries, Mike. We just win. We don't talk, we just win, brother.
You'll need
Let's
a top-notch
go.
team to win this one.
I'm not anyone's sidekick. What I do is best done alone.
The only problem I have is a problem with this Psylocke. She's pretty hard to fucking kill sometimes. Especially when her ult is crazy. Ugh. Let's do this, let's do this. Let's do this like
Battlefield may
Buddhists.
change, but the war never ends.
Seconds before you attack. Get ready.
That new arm of yours, where'd you get it again, Bucky?
Steve and T'Challa gave it to me. Why?
You sure you don't want something a bit more reliable? Maybe some Stark tech?
When it comes to reliable, there's no one that tops those two. I'm all good.
The battle starts in 5, 4,
Let's
3,
go.
2, 1. All you need to do is capture the mission area.
All we gotta
Got
do is
it?
capture the mission area. That's all we gotta do, guys. Come on now. Let's go.
Show them what matters to you.
At last, our enemies
All
show
right.
themselves.
Yeah. Yeah. Back the fuck up.
Much better.
Damn, fucking Thor is killing us, bro.
I always come back.
Good shit, guys. Good shit. Hell yeah. That's what I like to see.
All eyes on this spot.
Help get that vehicle to its destination.
Give my regards to Khonshu. They have been seen and they will not escape.
See an arm, destroy an arm. I hope Friday got that on video.
Where are they at? Oh, they're over here. My bad.
My armor's got a lock on a bogey.
Got one. Much better.
Double KO.
Easy work, bro. Easy work. Light
The
work.
Book of the
Light
Iron
work.
Fist sounds like a good read.
You're halfway there. Keep going.
Piece of cake.
Oh, here they are now. the god of thunder! That's what I needed.
You can never go wrong with ancient tablets.
Vehicle reached a checkpoint. Keep up the momentum.
Come back here! Always glad to help, partner.
Hell yeah.
I'm taking a quest.
Much better.
Your tricks finally paid off, Loki.
I just knocked him out, this guy. That shit was funny.
There's another
Time to seek another audience with Sholau.
Thanks a lot.
That's it! Don't let anything stand in your way.
Good shit, guys. Good shit.
For mutant kind!
Pulse charge. Fire. Nobody can hang with the pulse cannon.
Us against the world!
Armed and dangerous! Judge, jury, executioner! Much better.
Damn, I tried to get over that fucking turtle thing. Not letting me over that turtle.
I'm good to go. I always come back.
Alright, let's win this, guys. Come on, it's right there. It's right there. We're right there, guys.
They have been seen and they will not escape.
Come back here.
Damn.
Get that vehicle moving again!
I always come back. As if this beast wasn't slow enough already.
Will the words on this
Come on,
ancient
let's get him in
tablet
there, let's
be
get him in
enough to
there.
Wake the dragon.
No, get me out of here.
That's
Thank God.
the god of thunder!
Damn. I got smoked.
Behold the god of thunder! Maximum! I always come back.
We must pick up the pace. We heard you reach Sholau this century.
About time I got a shield. 1,000 gods!
Damn, bro.
1,000 gods! We need to hold
Fucking
shell if
A,
we want to
bro.
win this.
It's like right there, bro.
At last our enemies show themselves.
Get that vehicle moving again!
Mutant kind!
Us against the world!
Armed and dangerous! That's what I needed.
Damn. I think we're gonna lose, guys.
Twas but a scratch. I always come back.
Can this ancient beast not move
I'm gonna
any
change to
faster?
Venom, bro. Let's see if this helps.
Protect the innocent and devour the guilty. Behold the god of thunder!
Nice.
We have returned. Kunlun's fate depends on us.
Get that vehicle moving again! Mind exploding plasma!
Judge, jury, executioner!
I see a red dot.
I'm doing this my way!
Another epic victory!
Wow. Can't believe we won that one. That was crazy. Good shit. Late Night Mike for the win. Let's go. Late Night Mike. Lit. Good shit, guys. GG. That was dope. That was sick. Take a piss real quick.
You'll need a top-notch team to win this one. Seconds before you attack. Get ready. The battle starts in 5,
Alright, I'm back.
4, 3, 2,
I'm not anyone.
1.
Sometimes I wish I could go back into the deep freeze for a few more decades.
Help get that vehicle to its destination.
Let's go.
Another
That's what I needed.
You're halfway there. Keep going. Honk if you destroyed it all. I like the code.
There's one on for
almost there. Don't turn back now. checkpoint. Keep up the momentum.
Come here and let me help. These are sounds I never heard before. Rock on, spiders.
I'll get you to your web, kid. You have my word.
Yeah, we're the right place to knock. While we still exist.
You belong to me! You're halfway there. Keep going!
Clean mind control.
Damn, Adam Warlock got wrecked. That shit's funny.
Moon Knight dropped one of his toys.
The moon haunts secrets!
Almost there. Don't turn back now.
Pulse charge, fire! That's what happens when you pick a fight with protons.
No escaping us now.
By the eye of Agamotto!
You might want to look over. We don't look a nice deep freeze.
Damn, where's
When I rise, they fall.
Double KO!
My mission isn't over yet.
We're so
Damn, we
cool.
both died.
Not me, never would have.
Get that vehicle moving again!
Never gonna make it to the shrine if we don't speed up.
A nice deep freeze.
My friends are here! Us against the world!
That's what I needed. Always glad to help, partner.
Don't worry, Spider Zero. We'll get you where you need to go.
Incoming!
The vehicle reached the checkpoint. Keep up the momentum.
A nice deep freeze.
Don't you worry, Spider-Zero.
Much better.
That's it! Don't let anything stand in your way. You belong to
A nice
me!
deep freeze.
I do this my way!
Around us.
damn?
I always come back.
Let's form a super group.
You're up!
Much better.
Us against the world.
By the eye of Agamotto!
We make a good team. Here they come.
Have to be center stage. Stay close to us. No escaping us now.
Fuck. Dang, he double killed us? That's fucking wild.
I always come back.
Wow. Damn, I can't believe you fucking killed us both. Fuck my life, dude.
Heavy weapons.
Always glad to help, partner. That's what I needed. Got one.
Armed and dangerous! Again!
Hits the ground. Another epic victory. Big win.
Hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah, brother. That was awesome. Hey, MVP Mikey. Let's go. MVP. Let's go. Nice, dude. Oh shit. That was good. That was good. Always, baby. Always. Oh man. Hell yeah. That was a good game. Always, baby. Too easy. Too easy. One more. One more. Let's go. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's do it. Let's do it. One more for show.
You'll need a top-notch team to win this one.
I'm not anyone's sidekick. What I do is best done alone.
Let's go. Let's go.
Seconds before you attack. Get ready. Luna Snow.
The one and only, I think.
You were my Obajan's favorite singer.
Wow, did not expect that.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ready to capture the available area and extract some goodies? Let's go!
I've touched the infinite. All of this seems so smooth.
I'm counting on you, friend.
That one hurts. See them?
That's what I needed.
Playtime's over!
Great job! You're loading up on resources! You've got competition! Clear the enemies to extract more resources!
I feel so rare.
Always glad to help, partner.
You've got competition!
Shit, I should
Clear
have
the
missed.
enemies to extract more resources!
Yeah, I should have been turning left and right.
The other team is extracting those resources!
Come on, come on. Go, 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 go. I fucked up.
Sometimes you have to squash a spider.
Natasha, you can't go out this way.
Oh, I need assistance.
mess with the amazing Spider-Man! Armed and dangerous! Firepower! Armed and dangerous!
Looks like resources are running low. Get ready to find another available area. Heads up, the other team is ready to rumble.
Finally, a chance to show them all who you are meant to be.
Whoever they are, they don't look friendly. Focus on the
They're halfway to victory. Don't let them get more resources. All gone. You should probably head to the next available area.
I feel better already. Venom lives.
Damn, we're sucking on this one, man. Fuck.
Great job! You're loading up on resources. You've got competition. Clear the enemies to extract more resources.
They're coming from all sides.
Uh-oh! The other team is extracting those resources. I am finished! Double KO!
Don't mess with the amazing Spider-Man! Born again! This is real firepower!
Damn.
Take another.
Venom lives.
Welcome to the Dark Force dimension.
Cosmic blast!
Oh, did you see that?
Turning up the heat!
Gotta get my aim back up. Come on, man.
Cloak and dagger, popping in.
Resources are nearly tapped out here, too. Sorry. Not good. They're getting closer to victory.
God damn, I got blown up fast.
Let me help.
I feel better already. Some assistance, please.
Double KO!
Thought I was gone for good.
You'll have to keep fighting until we have a winner.
Sheesh, we got fucking blown up that game.
Well, you can't expect to win them all.
I always trash that game for sure. I'm out. GG's. That was a good game. All right, guys, we won 3 out of the 2. All right, we're still good. We're still good. Me and my boy Mikey, you know? I fucked up the last game. I was really off. I'm not sure what happened to me. Alright guys, I'll talk to you guys later and stay up. I missed you already. I'll talk to you soon. Peace.